I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. I always wanted the world, I wanna conquer the world right now. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. I call the shots in the man with the plot and we only go bombs away. Ain't no one protecting my mind as a weapon, that's why I'ma dominate. Taking advantage of every second, now I ain't got time to waste. They all tryna sign my name, they want me to sign my name. Counting your blessing while I count that in my winnings. We take 50s and 100s and throw them up to the ceiling. Everything I envision, not everybody gon' witness. Only difference between us is I ain't stopped till I finish, yeah. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. I always wanted the world, I wanna conquer the world right now. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. Savage, you've been distracted, your best, my average, there's a reason for that's a fact. So they snapping back, mad at the fact that I don't have a backup plan, I ain't need that. Outworking everybody when I relax, so I ain't tripping about none of y'all feedback. Heard that, wonder when I'm gonna peak at. And that's why you count your blessing while I count that in my winnings. We take 50s and 100s and throw them up to the ceiling. Everything I envision, not everybody gon' witness. Only difference between us is I ain't stopped till I finish, yeah. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. I always wanted the world, I wanna conquer the world right now. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. I always wanted the world, I wanna conquer the world right now. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. Shots in the man with the plot and we only go bombs away. Ain't no one protecting my mind as a weapon, that's why I'ma dominate. Taking advantage of every second, now I ain't got time to waste. They all tryna sign my name, they want me to sign my name. Counting the blessing while I count that in my winnings. We take 50s and 100s and throw them up to the ceiling. Everything I envision, not everybody gon' witness. Only difference between us is I ain't stopped till I finish, yeah. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. I always wanted the world, I wanna conquer the world right now. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now.
Look at me that way. It broke my heart to see. It was a moment of darkness, a moment in time that I regret for being so heartless. It was a moment of darkness. Look at me that way. It broke my heart to see. It's too hard, it don't come easy. I went dark, I lost it right away. And when it starts, God knows what I'll say. In my head, I had good reason. I went red so unexpectedly. I should have said that sometimes happens to me. Of darkness.
manifest your destiny. Slay your enemy, raise a legacy. No more apologies, trust your abilities. Gather the energies, pull yourself back together. Been staying off track forever. Child of the nation, will seek redemption. Time for salvation. Today is meant to be day of victory. Time for history. Rebirth's a tendency. Fight the entropy. Channel your rivalry. You're praying for fortune to come. You're hearing the sound of the drums. It's too late to backtrack, but pack your bag now. Keep your feet on the road and stand up. You've got what it takes to fight back. Don't stop until you black out, out, out. Stand up, up. You've got what it takes to fight back, back. Don't stop until you back out, out. Give all you got, show them how to make a miracle. Stand up, up. You've got what it takes to fight back, back. Don't stop until you back out, out. Give all you got, show them how to make a miracle. Go save your team, be a hero. Take home the cup, be a star. They're waiting for you, take aim, shoot your arrow. It's your time to shine, show them who you are. Stronger, gotta go faster, gotta get better, gotta work harder. It's fight or flight now, get up now. Go with the move, go for the goal, lead up the stadium, you know how it's done. Stand up, up, go what it takes to fight back, back. Don't stop until you back out, out. Give all you got, show them how to make a miracle. Stand up, up, go what it takes to fight back, back. Don't stop until you back out, out. Give all you got, show them how to make a miracle. Stand up, you've got what it takes to fight back. Don't stop until you black out, out, out. Stand up, up, you've got what it takes to fight back, back. Don't stop until you back out, out. Give all you got, show them how to make a miracle. Stand up, up, you've got what it takes to fight back, back. Don't stop until you back out, out. Give all you got, show them how to make a miracle. bluff for the last time. This ain't a song, it's a battle cry. No life. I see the clue between the strobe lights. I'm haunted, black face, hey, follow me around, okay, black face, hey, follow me around, okay, used to want it bad, used to want it bad, but I can't taste it, I can't help you now, okay, follow me around, okay, black face, hey, follow me around, okay, follow me around, okay, black face, hey, follow me around, okay, got too much up on my plate, now I can't think. I said woke up, take a X, and now I'm feeling this is it. Want the money, want the rest. I do purse, not no cess. They say, Darnish, why you sad? I said, I just need to think. Red tape, got too close, I hit the city. Black face, show you everything you need to your fornicated bad. Someone said it's sad. I used to want it bad. I know it's in my head, keep seeing you too many times, yeah. I know it's in my head, keep seeing you. I know it's in my head. Follow me around, okay, black face, hey, follow me around, okay, got too much up on my, follow me around, okay, black face, hey, follow me around, okay, got too much up on my, follow me around, okay, black face, hey, follow me around, okay, got too much up on my, follow me around, okay, black face, hey, follow me around, okay, got too much up on my, follow me around, okay, black face, hey, follow me around, okay, got too much up on my, follow me around, okay, black face, hey, follow me around, okay, got too much up on my.
I was dancing on my own when you spilled that rum and coke on my t-shirt. Yeah, your eyes made it difficult to get my baby. And the next thing I knew, we were so ready to give in, skin to skin on that baseline. Ooh, you give me that high pitch feel, baby. We shared a cigarette by East Versailles. The way you looked at me, couldn't say goodbye. And whatever you did to make it stop, 'cause baby you shared a cigarette by East Versailles. The way you looked at me, couldn't say goodbye. And whatever you did to make it stop, 'cause baby, you make me feel something.
Show me an opening in the clouds, and I'll take it, yeah. Reminding myself to just let go. Don't wonder how far I can fall. Don't look down, never fade out. And I just wanna be someone and never fall behind again. Just keep on moving on. Never look down, never fade out. Never fade out. Oh, don't look down, never fade out. And I just wanna be someone and never fall behind again. Just keep on moving on. Never look down, never fade out. Never fade out.
I've been working part-time jobs, chasing all my dreams now lately. No matter if I try too hard, nothing's ever enough, baby. No, I don't care too much. I don't care too much. As long as I can keep you by my side. I don't care too much. We got time, no rush. In your eyes I always see there is something meant for me. In your eyes I always feel different. Tell me everything's alright. Life is just a bunch of faces, and if it's not, we'll still be fine. I know we're going places. I don't care too much. I don't care too much. As long as I can keep you by my side. I don't care too much. We got time, no rush. In your eyes I always see there is something meant for me. In your eyes I always feel different. In your eyes I always see there is something meant for me. In your eyes I always feel different. Under peach yellow skies, dreaming big and aiming high. Name the clouds passing by, wishing we run away.
All we need is our passports, baby. Leave the rest in our troubled minds. Let us go down in laughter, baby. Trying to figure out what we're after.
We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after.
Intel Extreme Masters is brought to you in part by Intel, Acer Predator, Mountain Dew Game Fuel, HL, and GG Bet.
Plane fly away. We will never be.
These are those moments I don't think anybody else is going to forget.
afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to IEM Beijing. Welcome to our B-Stream action for the day as we're ready to close out Group A and decide our final team making their way out of the Group A into the quarterfinals. We've already had FaZe Clan, Na'Vi, and Complexity make their way forward. Now, Vitality and Mad Lions will look to join them as one team looks to get eliminated. I'm the Eternal J. I'm joined by Dweg for the action here on the B-Stream today. How are you doing, man?
Mate, it is the last game of Group A. I'm really keen to see who is going to be able to progress forward into those quarterfinals. You've got two teams here, Jay, that have, I suppose, one found a lot of success and one not so much. Mad Lions have come in very recently with a couple of roster changes, a new in-game leader of Hooksy, a great star player of Refresh who's really shown up against the big teams too, against Na'Vi, Fnatic, even against Dignitas recently. We've seen him putting up some really big numbers. So you've got to think for Mad Lions, going into a big series like this against a really big name team against Vitality, I'm really hoping that we get to see Refresh come alive on the server.
And you've got to remember that they are a big name in Vitality. We've only been seeing them playing those Tier 1 tournaments, and they've been making some very deep runs this year. Second places, top fours. Very rare to see them outside of those positions, especially in the last handful of tournaments. DreamHack 4 was a second place. Cologne was a second place. Summit was a second place. Obviously, in Blast Premier, they came in the top end of their group, if I recall correctly. So they've already had such a manic run form throughout the course of their tournaments so far. Mad Lions, though, they've been playing in like a bit of a borderline division because they've been playing in these top tier tournaments, and they've also been playing in the likes of your second tier tournaments as well. You know, your Multi Vibes, for example, and your 9 to 5s. And we've been covering those tournaments quite extensively, and we know that sometimes they can't always look on form. They tend to get caught off guard by the challenges presented to themselves. I'm hoping they aren't going to take as complacent an approach towards this matchup, but it's safe to say that I think, given the results, Mad Lions will be the upset team in this best of 3.
Yeah, look, you have a look at Mad Lions and you almost sort of feel for them that they're struggling against some teams that you really wouldn't expect them to do so. Losing to Whistler only a handful of days ago in 9 to 5-5. Now they've come in and they got a big victory over Fnatic, a really close series against Na'Vi, a very simple 2-0 against Dignitas. And you're sort of thinking, right, well, what Mad Lions are we going to see? Are we going to see the ones that are struggling against the lower tier teams in a match like this? Obviously, Vitality isn't a lower tier team, but what Mad Lions are we going to see? It's very difficult to predict. For Vitality too, you mentioned it, so many top place finishings. I think the only time they've not made it to the playoffs recently was in Pro League, which was a couple of months ago. Outside of that, it's been a lot of top 4+ placings where they've looked completely on point. I think certainly in DreamHack Open Fall, we saw them go completely undefeated until the grand finals, where they went all 5 maps in a best of 5 against Heroics. So for Vitality, you've got to think their expectations are so much more than this series here. They're looking for a top placing, but they need to focus in on this game today.
No, absolutely they are. You know, again, you should expect that to a certain extent, Vitality will be the victors in this series. But I was looking at the map vetoes before, Dweg, and I want to talk about that in a little bit before we get started. The match is almost ready to go live in the next few minutes or so. So let's discuss these maps. Obviously, you can see Nuke is up first, picked by the Mad Lions, Vitality picking Inferno, and Vertigo being left over. I actually think, given that Mad Lions are pretty well set on Nuke and they're undefeated on Vertigo in the last 3 months, there's actually been quite a decent veto for them.
Yeah, when you look at the veto, it actually looks pretty decent for Mad Lions. I think for Vitality's sake, they're certainly the much stronger team going into this series. But for Mad Lions, we've seen some upset results, and I'm looking at Vertigo as that 3rd map of the series, and I'm getting a little bit worried because I'm kind of surprised they let that float in right towards the end. And for Mad Lions, I don't think you could be any more pleased with how this has turned out. Nuke being your map pick, Vertigo as a 3rd map of the series, they'll be pumped realizing exactly what maps they're playing today.
Obviously, given that this is the map pick of Mad Lions, Vitality elect to start things off on CT's side, so this makes a lot of sense at this moment here. I'm a big fan of going towards the defensive half, obviously, to start things off over on Nuke, so give me your eyes on whether Vitality will be able to hold their own. Again, let's see whether Mad Lions will have prepared appropriately for this match, whether they'll suffer to some of the defeats that they've had in that Tier 2 division. Again, my predictions resting on Vitality for this one. Despite Mad Lions having a good map veto, I think they're going to take it close, but I think that pound for pound, Vitality just have so much to work with. I think they're going to be able to overwhelm this. Maybe in 3 maps. I do want to give the Danes at least the benefit of the doubt. They have had some good results at the top end sort of placements. They've never had a match against Vitality, so in that respect, it's a very different sort of situation to seeing what we're going to have here. So, but for me, I'm all aboard Vitality. I think a lot of people are.
Yeah, no, I'm with you there, Jay. And you know what? I'm going to give them the credit of a three-map affair. I would be surprised if Vitality can able to 2-0. I think they've certainly got the strength to do so. But just seeing how some of the previous results have been in IEM Beijing for Mad Lions, they've kept the series tight. They've kept them incredibly close. And even the map victories, or the map picks, I should say, have been pretty strong. We saw against Na'Vi 16-8, where they started up on T side and got 9 rounds going. So for Mad Lions, Jay, it all starts off this first half. They need to be able to show their prowess on this T side, and they can't let the pressure get to them against a team like Vitality.
Well, it's pistol round as the CT set themselves up with quite a bit of utility. Mad Lions going in for a very fast A play refresh straight out the gate, coming straight up towards the site. No one is there to defend against it, so Mad Lions are going to get a very early bomb plant. No casualties and no damage sustained.
Retake scenario coming in for Vitality now. They've got a couple of nades, couple of flashbangs that can come into this heaven position. Hooksy getting that re-smoke down. That's going to buy the T side a little bit more time. And they've got some lurks towards lobby and outside. Nade doing massive damage towards the heaven position.
Flashbang does catch them blind, though. They're going to be heavily tagged up coming in towards this hit, and Roy is going to be able to make light work of it as a result. RPK with 1 frag, refresh, and Hooksy continuing to combine and dealing with the entire heaven presence of the CT side. Apex caught outside, not knowing what to do. And Mad Lions with a very fast pistol hit, shutting down the entire Vitality camp.
And what I love there for Mad Lions is just getting that information right. They've got to lurk out from lobby, not seeing any rotations come out from ramp. They've got A-core in main to watch outside. Now, what that means is as soon as that heaven smoke comes in from the CT side looking to retake, Hooksy's able to re-smoke, and the nade comes in, does so much damage. Vitality, there's like 4 players around half HP. Great use of the utility coming out for Mad Lions, and they secure the first pistol round, Jay.
Yeah, brilliant stuff thrown up by the Danes, and definitely what you want to see from a team that are trying to look an upset out here. A good T-side half may be required. It's Zai Wu, though, blind through the smoke, taking refresh to start things off in there, forced by a round of Vitality. And RPK ready for more contact downstairs. Sees two heads, takes one off the shoulders of Shush, but Roy with a quick trade back for a 2-for-1 overall to the favor of the Vitality side. The pistols continuing to frag away as Mitsua gets Roy to fall. A core has the bomb on his back. They have seen that, so information called in for the CT cap.
Oh, this is a tough one to bring back for Mad Lions. Hooksy and A-Core just have to try and, first of all, be able to deal with Masuta, who was able to drop that bomb, get the information over for the CT side, and hold on to that 2-man advantage. Masuta does he even want to try and push through? He hasn't quite seen the player behind him. A-Core can get a bit of a timing here, and at least he's found a response back.
3 players still standing for Vitality, though. They maintain the man advantage despite the trades coming in for Mad Lions. Shocks could get given up to a core here, but AK backs up towards Obson's, trying to get himself into the bomb site for a plant. The CT is playing close. Tentatively, but close regardless. Hooksy's trying to force an issue back towards ramp. He may have been seen. Flashes over, Shocks takes fight, and he takes the win on it as well. A core dropping the AK, and the Mac 10 of Hooksy left alone in a 1 versus 3. This looks like it's going to be lights out for Mad Lions in the second round as a good force buy goes back for Vitality.
Yeah, look, fantastic deagles shots coming out from the Vitality squad. And for Mad Lions, they went for the cross smokes outside. They tried to get into secret. We saw Zaiwu finding the opening kill through smoke. Then RPK towards double doors doing damage. Masuta with that 5-7 drops the bomb, brings the rotations in from the upper bomb site players. And for Mad Lions, they got so much damage caught off to them before they even had control of the lower bomb site that they couldn't even think about trying to force in a bomb plant. 1-to-1, bomb plant coming in. Now, bomb plant not coming in, I should say. If it came in, there could have been a potential to try and just block this third round out, Jay. But considering that wasn't the case, they now have to force buy it.
Yeah, Deagle's Tech 9s and P250s coming in. The Kevlar and the helmets across most players. Akor's got no such backup on his body, so after the full damage of the aim punch and the automatics they have in play for Vitality. 2 AKs recovered from that last round, so the economy is going to be looking good for Vitality. If they can convert this next round easily. See the scout out of Apex, seeing one of Roy. Quick shot, easy as that. Checks heaven to make sure RPK is still alive, and indeed he is. The Shock's getting refresh. RPK will end up falling. That's 1 trade back for the pistols, but trying to hold on to a bomb plant, maybe even a couple more frags. They know that Apex is back here towards CT spawn, so they might isolate and take him down, but so far not finding anything.
Very, very passive coming out for Apex, giving up a lot of map control outside to Mad Lions. but they've been able to sneak their way into ramp. Now, this information has to come forward over for the Vitality squad to say there's an opportunity that they've pushed into ramp, especially now with lobby control. You'd have to expect that the French side have a lot of information, but the bomb's being planted. Mad Lions, even though they're in a mad disadvantage, they've got a lot of info, and they're still in a winnable position.
Smokes down, AK's face in. Shocks ready to open up that squeaky door. Incendiary is out in the open. I think that was a missed molly there from the city camp. Sakor gets Masuta. Shock still challenging. For Master Shush turns around on Zywoo. Shocks finally drops a core to a 2 versus 2, but Vitality have been stalled for time. The FAMAS faces. Apex goes down. Shock's got to do some work out here. Will spray on Hooksy. Tag him extremely low, but time's ticking away. And even if he gets these kills, it's unlikely he'll get the round itself. And indeed, Hooksy will shut it down to win a force buy back for Mad Lions. Now, I know that we've had a number of force buys to cast as of late, Dwag. I don't want to let this match become one of those kind of things, but surely on the board right now is a force buy for Vitality.
Yeah, look, you've got to expect so. There is a fair bit of money for a couple of the players, but get the force buy back in, upgrade, even try and get Shocks onto an M4, and that's exactly what they've been able to do. So, yeah, you've got your pistols, yeah, you've got your scout out for Apex, but that M4 for Shocks can do some serious damage out on that CT side. A couple of back and forward rounds now between both sides, and at what point, Jay, do we see 2 in a row? A team being able to reset each other's economy? And for Vitality, nothing really aggressive in this force buy, but they have brought a bit of a double play coming out, 2 towards ramp and 3 players outside.
Force buy of the Vitality side has also afforded themselves an M4. Shocks has got a rifle to work with. So this round could again be a bit more difficult for Mad Lions. Saw what they did with Deagles in the last force buy, so extra firepower may be afforded to them. Masuta so ready with this 5-7 against Shush and Roy. They haven't checked it. Shush has been seen. He's going to tap up their head, take that frag immediately. Ding down a core as well. 6 HP for him. They'll get the 4v4 trade, and the Molotovs will force Apex back. The Shocks is still ready and waiting to drop the bomb. He takes out Roy to a 4v3, and once again, Vitality forcing the issue on the force by round.
Oh, Hooksy, this is all a matter of timing, but he's been seen towards outside. The kill can't come through, but Shocks with the M4 ends up finding 3. Zywoo finishing off the job, and now the force buy goes back the other way. Mad Lions are just going to be saying to themselves, guys, like, what happened there? They went out to ramp, they didn't check the boost position. Shush was able to find that opening kill, and then from there, they've got Shocks already coming up from the ramp position, and it seemed like for Mad Lions, they were just looking in so many different areas of ramp that in the end, Vitality just brought the majority of the players there, and it was just cleanup.
I swear, these 2 AKs are going to keep cycling between Vitality and Mad Lions if we keep going like this.
Yeah.
Just, they've constantly been picked up by both sides. And the CT camp now has the extra firepower to work with here on their rifles. A force back from the Mad Lions side will see the Tech 9s coming in on 2 players. That's execution. He seems to be towards the A-bomb, so maybe even a Venn dive if possible. Apex will take the first flag. FAMAS out for RPK. Awkward aim, and Shush will take it down, and both players will drop from the marshmallow area in towards the vent. Shush does isolate Zywoo as Roy falls, and it's a 3-on-3 with one of those AKs recovered again by the T side. Smokes down to cross. Shocks trying to hold them off here. Deny that bomb plant if possible, but it's been staggered. It's back all the way towards Secret.
Now, the thing is, though, do they expect someone to have been rotating in that quickly to the lower bomb side of Shocks? The thing is, though, he doesn't have a lot of support, Jane. He's even pushed Apex away to try and have a look towards the hell position just to try and get some more info. Now, they've heard the footsteps towards this lower bomb side. Now they've been able to find a response. They've found that opening man advantage. It's a 3-on-2, but Shocks is alone. He's got to find more here.
He's got to cover all these angles from the observation window to the ramp rooms. He's going to keep Decon uncontested. Hooksy's going to draw his attention even further away, so a chance to swing now for a core's got that AK in play. Gets the 1 frag, plants to the back of the site. Here's rotations coming in from the vents as well. Masuta and Apex on the way for the retake. A core up for a 3K if he can get this together. Decon door still open, so he's going to try hunt for this headshot on the first, and actually might even line him up. He's not careful. He's going to get them both. The headshot's out for a core, and Mad Lions again going to steal the round back from Vitality. This is 5 rounds back to back between both sides, and a tactical is going to try and force the issue of Mad Lions.
Oh, alrighty, Jay. I think we're here to play some action. My goodness, what a clutch to come out from A-Core. And you could see what he was trying to do there. Watching out towards the single door, it had been opened up, trying to get towards that dark position. And, well, Vitality just swinging in one by one. A fantastic display coming out for Acor. The AWP on this side with the rifle of the AK in that last round. Oh, Jay. Back and forward rounds between both of these sides. And for Vitality, of course, it's going to be another force buy coming in.
Are we even surprised at this stage? I mean, it's like the era of the force buy, I feel like, at this stage. You know, it's just every single round. And Vitality have every right to do so because they've proven that they can win against these rifles with the force-up investments. And they've only had pistols in previous rounds. Now they've got SMGs, a scout to play with. ZywOo's pushing aggressive because they know that they can. They're going to make their way straight towards lobby. Get two for Masuta. Straight up against Refresh. And of course, Shush can't get the trades. And RPK chimes in as well. That's bomb control. Extra rifles game. Roy desperate to get a trade back. He does find ZywOo in the end. But blind fire from both sides. The CTs know they're contesting the bomb. They can hold lobby and win the round.
Oh, what a lobby crunch coming in from Vitality. They push out from Heart, they push ramp, and for Mad Lions, they're just not prepared whatsoever for that over-aggression, hyper-aggression coming out from the CT side. And now we're in another situation where it's looking like the force buy is going to come out on top. Yeah, you've got Masuda incredibly low, but for Mad Lions, what do you even do here, right? You have to really slow walk your way into lobby, clearing so many angles, and Vitality have completely left lobby. They say, you know what, you can have it back. We've got a couple of man advantages. You can just take it.
Does mean they get the bomb back for the Mad Lions side, though, so they have got a bit more of an anchor to work with into the squeaky area. Hixie taking that MAC-10 out slowly into the A bomb site, looking onto the open as the smokes go down. Got wraparounds from the CTs that will come in for the retake basis. They tried this in the pistol and weren't able to make it work too well, but this time they've got a 4-on-2, so plant secured. T-side backing up the cover positions with their backs turned towards the heaven area, which is where the CTs will go for. All four stacking up. They are letting this time run low. They haven't got a kit, so they better be ready to act relatively quickly. Flashes on, MAC-10 in. Those two kills go the way of the T-side cam, but Shox gets a deagle down to drop Hooksy, and Roy is known to the CT forces. Dink to 3 points of health. Continuing to tap the bomb, Shox will get on it and stick it, and Apex will win the fight against the last man. 3-all. We've gone back and forth again, Dwight. It's very rare you get to see matches like this, but it seems more and more common these days more than anything else. A tactic coming into Vitality because the war of attrition has got to break at some point.
And especially at this level, right? You know, we see it a lot down in Tier 2 CS, but not at this level do you see force buys back and forward like the occurrence of what we're seeing on Nuke. And for Mad Lions, we're finally in a position, Jay, where the round that they've lost, they've actually got a bomb plant. So there is a complete potential here for Mad Lions for them to completely glock this round and say, you know what? Yeah, we can keep force buying and having all this funny business back and forward, but we can actually just glock it out and have a rifle round to follow. What's the decision here for Mad Lions? Oh, they're going to force. I don't know about this, Jay. Like, the force buys, whoever's forced, have made it work. But I just want to see a rifle round. I just want to see someone eco at some point.
We would hope 7 rounds deep we would have seen at least one rifle round, but that's not the case whatsoever. Mad Lions are force buying again. Missed utility out towards the A-bomb side, but it's not going to be a rush tactic from the Mad Lions this time. They've tried that before. This time playing a bit more slowly with the AK, trying to play hero towards outside. Roy could get challenged by 3 players if he's not careful, and takes that fight against first. Apex will swing out and deny him, so rifle drop for Mad Lions. This could be the start of Vitality to connect 2 together, and nades up from Shox to try and hold off this ramp position. ZywOo's going to take a frag, and Shox will take the headshot and the double up. There we go. This should be control now maintained by Vitality.
Yeah, Acor last one left, and that's all fallen apart. Now, unfortunately for Mad Lions, they had their AK outside as a bit of a lurk play with the outside smokes. ZywOo gets contact out from towards Heaven, and from there, that allows Apex to swing out from Secret. Now, what that means is straight away, as soon as that lurk's dealt with, they have the information. Okay, it's not an outside play. We haven't seen any more players. We can now focus our attention towards ramp. Counter utility is very strong from Vitality, and they just absolutely tear up the T side. Acor's now at a 1 versus 5, and it seems like finally, Jay, finally we're getting to a position where a team is going to be able to win out 2 in a row and force someone on an eco round. And for Acor, it's all about just trying to do as much more damage as possible. Not going to happen. No one going down. What a convincing round from Vitality. Something we haven't seen for the majority of the rounds in this game so far, Jay. No convincing ones. Finally, we get one.
At long last. It feels like a long time coming. The lead definitively gained by the Frenchman as well, so... AK's out, the FAMAS in the M4 of Masuta. Against the full Glocks out for the Mad Lions side. They are going eco in this round. And what should be the first gun round coming up in round 9 after that, so... Finally some semblance of normality being restored to the server. The damage done, of course, towards these pistol players. That nade doesn't quite take down the silo boost individual. A core takes place instead. Doesn't tank that nade, but takes damage from an Apex, tapping up heads nice and easy towards the outside control. And yeah, these rifles getting these pistols to drop easy is to be expected at this stage.
Yeah, look, it certainly is. You've got to think for Vitality. They can't really lose anything in this position. Event Dive trying to come in for Shush, not being successful. And now Hooksy's last one left. He's heard the footsteps of Shox out towards ramp. And I tell you what, Shox has been completely on point so far in this series. Yep. 15 kills and just 3 deaths. Yeah, you can make the point that it is against some of these force buys and eco sort of rounds and what have you, where we haven't had the rifles out just yet. But if Shox can continue this form going forward, especially in this city side, that puts a lot of pressure on Mad Lions, considering this is their map pick, Jay.
Yeah, no, I'd hoped a good nuke would have come out from them. It may all rest on their CT side. Definitely the T-Forces are something to work with. For Vitality, finally getting off on that good lead and have the rifles out here for round 9. AK's in against the M4. 2 AK still in play for Vitality, though, so they've got some firepower to act with. Looks like there's going to be an A player as well coming in from Mad Lions. The smoke support them, the breathing them to work with here towards the up position. And Hooksy and Roy will swing out, get RPK and Masuto. Shox drops next, sprays blind through the smoke at main, drives Apex away. And it looks like him and Zaiwu might want to consider the save call here. 5 on 2, and Mad Lions with a quick A play have overwhelmed and decimated Vitality again.
What a double pump upper Exy for Mad Lions. They put some early nades out from Squeaky, they blow open the door, they put flames down towards the hut position, as well as from main, creating a lot of chaos. And then Vitality, they just throw the bucket with utility. They put a world of util down towards the hut entrance and through Squeaky. And you think at that point, okay, well, the upper execution can't come through because there's so many smokes coming out, but they still force forward. They flash into the side. The entries come in so damn quickly. And that's something that is a big element to an upper execution, is how quickly those entries come in. If they're slow, if they're scrappy, that's when the CT's just completely overwhelmed. But for Mad Lions, they were instant. They also hunted down that second last player, meaning that Zaiwu is the only player to save into a rifle going into round 10. Mad Lions, I tell you what, that's the response you need. That's the response to really build up some confidence and get you back involved in this game.
The rifles are back out for Vitality, and we're going to see the AWP in on Zaiwu. I believe the first time we've seen an AWP out so far in this game.
That's right. Yeah.
Definitely seems that way with the way the Force Buys have handled themselves. No team able to build their economy to such an extent. And Shox out towards the secret control with the M4 standing ready to receive the outside pressure from the red boxes. Suter and Apex face forward. That gap in the smoke is going to give Apex his position. Hooksy sees his shadow, sprays onto the man, and opens up the round here for Mad Lions.
As Zaiwu with the NWP being baited off angle, nade coming into ramp is going to do some big damage onto Shush, a little bit onto Acor, but for Mad Lions, they've been able to get a lot of map territory, and I love this play coming out from the Hooksy, but Shox, the player in secret, comes out towards Garage, finds a response back in, but they're waiting for the rotations and refresh. They can now go back to the upper bomb side if they like.
Oh, RPK will try to stop them though, gets that one frag in. Shush can find the trade, so 3 on 2 finally favors the Mad Lions side. They've driven the CTs away from the bomb site once again, but a bit more of a viable retake for Vitality if they decide to go for it. Zaiwu in particular with that AWP, ready and waiting towards the vent, but he's backing up. It looks like Vitality are going to call in the save. Shox on 41 HP. And grabbing that AK to get out of dodge. So this will be a 5th for Mad Lions, equalizing again against the CT side.
And look, I tip my hat to Hooksy. There's some really great mid-round calling in this round right here, Jay. We see for Mad Lions, they're looking like they're going for a split towards lower. You've got Hooksy outside that's trying to clear out the hell position. The majority of the players are coming in from ramp, and they find that control, and then Refresh catches off Masuda, who's aggressing out from lobby. So they go, right, okay, let's go back to the upper bomb side. RPK only finds one, being another aggressive player in lobby. They clear out the upper bomb site. It's another save for Vitality. 2 in a row for Mad Lions, and I tell you what, Jay, we are seeing some pretty tactical depth T-side rounds from them, which is really great to see when you consider the roster changes they've made. Bringing in an in-game leader only a month ago, bringing in a new rifler of Refresh too, who has been a star for this side, but hasn't been the star so far on this T-side. 2 kills and 8 deaths up for Refresh. It seems like it's the other members on this team really showing up.
Refresh don't need to have much impact right now. Mad Lions are doing a decent enough job at outpacing Vitality more than anything else. Rifles for both sides once again. Vitality up against the full buy of the AKs. The AWP in for a core for the first time on the T side this time. Refresh is rocking a P250. I'm not sure if he what's happened with his rifle there. I'm not sure why he hasn't got one. But
yeah,
it's a bit of a confusing situation for him. He's carrying the bomb. We'll pass it off towards Shush, watching the backstab. I don't know. I think Mad Lions have made a mistake there. I don't think he realized he didn't have a rifle. That's going to hurt them with the extra damage coming in from Shocks. That nade landing perfectly to a core.
Yeah, considering the money, there's certainly a mistake with the misbuy, not buying up that rifle for a Refresh, which could certainly hinder some aspects of this round. Mad Lions getting to about a minute on the clock, going for some of these outside smokes, and at this point for the T's, you don't really know what they're doing with this. This is one of the slowest rounds we've seen from Mad Lions, without them at least having a lurk play, Jay. Maybe trying to sell them on a bit of a fake towards outside, because they're not committing at all. They're going back into lobby.
40 seconds to make the hit happen. Vitality so far unscathed. Again, weapon advantage by default as Refresh does drop to Shock. So P250 out of play. AK's got to try and strike now. Roy takes that wide face and wins the fight against Shocks. Is he going to sell them on a ramp face? Well, Zywoo's there to block it off as Masuda will fall and Shush makes his way downstairs into the B bomb site. The bomb is going to make his way up there as well. They're still suppressed. He's unbacked up here. Roy does find his way into the ramp room and now goes downstairs to secure a 4-on-3 for Mad Lions. What a way to fight out of the corner. They were down by a player and still come out on top.
I'm surprised that Vitality is still trying to go for this. I thought this was just going to be an instant save, and it really has to be now. Mad Lions did not buckle under the pressure. That was such a sick play coming out from Shocks, realizing he hasn't seen anything towards ramp, hasn't heard anything. This is an opportunity to try and get aggressive, see if he can just catch them sleeping off guard in lobby. And he did for a moment, but then Mad Lions came out with a response. They took the ramp control, they traded out Shocks. A really nice duel coming out from Roy to find that 1-for-1 trade. They get the vent dive in for Shush to be able to get the bomb plant towards that lower bomb side. They leave Hooksy towards top side to try and force rotations over to come out from main towards secret or to the vents area. Mad Lions in the mid round have looked stellar, and it seems like even for Vitality, that play from Shocks probably should have won them the round. At least that's what you expected.
Yeah, again, you mentioned the wide face from Roy was basically what was able to bring that back. And I also love how they're also playing away from Zywoo. Like, you saw him in the hell position, looking onto the ramp entrance, and he had that AWP on lock, but still Roy made his way downstairs. I assume there was some utility, like a flashbang, able to receive him because they could read that angle was passive. So Mad Lions have done their homework. They're not giving Zywoo any opportunities to really get started in this matchup, and for that reason, like, I think Vitality are losing one of their better men. They need to try and enable him a bit more, or try find a way to outposition Mad Lions' outpositioning and frag on the back of that respect. Because the T's have a lead once again, and Vitality have a broken buy. Yes, they do save 2 weapons, but an M4 and a FAMAS coming out, and Masuda will get a second M4, so it's a weakened buy, but a buy nonetheless.
And some pretty convincing rounds in a row for Mad Lions. Going in for another vent dive. Potential for Roy. Takes so much damage. Oh, he's actually missed the vents, Jay. Can he get down it? Oh, he finally does. That could have been absolute disaster for Roy. But no, now he's decided to back off completely.
We'll see some more smokes down to his position, but he's going to keep his eyes on Masuda. I think they know that there's a player top of hut. He's keeping his eyes on Ready to catch him off at the edge of the smoke, sees that headshot, and Roy's position, his decision to stay up there is going to work wonders for Mad Lions. Again, kicking things off, taking one of the M4s out, leaving the FAMAS of RPK as the only thing left here to the A play. They're going to make their way out. He drops one player, but Shush there with a quick trade, so they secure the site and the plant. A 4v3 retake to the favor of the T's.
Vitality again, just down numbers when it comes into sort of retaking scenarios. Mad Lions, it seemed that for a moment, like we're seeing it on a bit of a consistent basis, right, Jay, that not mistakes, but awkward engagements and awkward scenarios that Roy's struggling to get into the vents, and he says, you know what, in the end, I'm just going to stay here. Rather than going down to the lower bomb side, I'm going to stay around. Got the idea that Masuda's playing top hut. Now there's an opportunity to find an opening kill. They rush out from the hut entrance, able to trade out into the site. From there, Vitality just instant save. Don't even consider going for a retake. And you're certainly right on the money when you talk about ZywOo. I mean, when you think of the impact he's had, at least in contact scenarios, there hasn't really been many. They haven't been feeding themselves into ZywOo. They've really been trying to avoid him at as much cost. And that AWP on the City side has really just not found anything.
He's been forced to save every single round as well because the AWP is known as not to be a very viable retake weapon. So like when you've got ZywOo alongside anybody else, it's like you've got to rely on the M4s to do most of the damage. And just again, ZywOo not being given the opportunity, forced away from the opportunities.
Yeah.
Which is credit to Mad Lions, and less of a credit, and it's more of a credit to Mad Lions than it is a criticism to Vitality and ZywOo. So again, very well played so far here on this T side, and the Danes look to push further onwards here with their AKs out, 7 to their board, looking for their 8th to win the half. This outside possession here from Roy. Looks back line, there's ZywOo finally chiming in with a kill. Trading places with Shox, who was loving to play that secret position and gets off with an opening kill. Hooksy not expecting that one, and for once, Mad Lions run into the big green gun.
Yeah, and for ZywOo, still staying around this secret position, he's hearing some of the utility, hearing the footsteps outside. For Mad Lions, they kind of need to brute force their way out of this position. Now, we've seen time and time again, Hooksy's normally that late lurk outside. Apex is holding the angle out from main. They need to be able to at least find the response, get that 4-on-4, the swing should come out, but Apex gets 2 kills, gets the bomb control too, re-smokes down. What a play to come out from Apex.
Core does chime back in though, bomb not picked up. Does get it in the end towards the outside area, but him and Refresh are completely separated from each other. One player playing inside of Squeaky is going to clear out that main entrance, so a Core could wrap back in. Could find his way onto position. One player in the rafters, shoulder bait from Refresh, sees that one swing out, gets the kill. No one's watching the upper rafters, though. Refresh still gets the picks back, and now it's a 2-on-2. Bomb pass towards, we can get a bomb plant, but Mad Lions again bringing this one back from the brink. They can't fight against ZywOo though. A Core's going to try and avoid him.
And they know where ZywOo is with the AWP, and this is the Refresh we all came to see today. He can't finish up with a 3K, and now it's all down to A-Core to try and bring this back. 1 versus 2, the AWP not looking in the right position. Shocks to be able to clutch out for the CT side, bring them a 6th round, get the defuse through. What a response, though, for Mad Lions. When you consider the situation that they were in, the outside play just got annihilated. Apex drops that bomb, puts that smoke down. Yes, he doesn't hold on to his life, and he gets traded, but everything falls apart outside, and they brought it back. They at least got a bomb plant, Jay. They helped their economy into the late stages of this first half. And for Refresh, you thought for a moment there that he really started to shine up, getting 2 massive entries to the upper bomb side, but it still wasn't enough to bring that round back.
Well, credit to them for bringing it back from a 4-on-2, though. Like, that should have been the end of the round right there, but Mad Lions...
Exactly.
Still buying a glimmer of hope here on the ace side, and it is keeping the economy state of Vitality limited. You can see the buybacks will come through from them, but money's not great, so they could reset them going into the 15th round. Mad Lions have enough money, enough cash to fall back on for the final of the half, though, so they're going to be looking okay. A round difference again for Vitality, making this as close and fair as is possible. It's utility towards the outside, and Hooksu will make his way up. Shock's going to try and get ahead of the utility of his own right. The outside main smokes. And he's in a real good position because they can sneak up towards that main entrance. And he can catch them off guard. Apex will provide some covering fire. Mad Lions not as active as they want to be here. Shocks could get caught off guard. Shush is accounting for that position.
Especially if they molly it too. Dual pig some shoots. Don't think he got the info, but Hooksy is just able to deal with shocks all by himself. Mad Lions setting up a triple crossfire outside, and now Vitality want to try and take some lobby control. Masuda not going too aggressive though, Jay, and for Mad Lions, they've got to expect that there is a potential that there is a lobby push coming through, or at least some presence there.
And that flashbang gives away the info to Refresh that nobody, or that obviously Mad Lions don't have anybody here in the lobby, so Vitality probably have that position of the map, affecting their decision making to go in for the secret play. Run boost to the orb. Nice B-hop as well. Gets out towards the garage area. There are no CTs holding outside though. They're so suppressed inside and they're ready to take that contact. Masuda and RPK on the A site. RPK dealt with his Refresh. Takes a swing and a hit. It's all Masuda. M4 spray not going to go well. Does damage. Apex chimes in with one good trade, but as he falls, ZywOo quick to follow. And that is Mad Lions winning the half 8-6. And again, the money is crippled for Vitality. It's going to be a very hard buyback.
And we've seen so many variations of the upper play coming out from Mad Lions. We've seen the double pump, we've seen the quick exi, we've seen the wrap outside from main players too, even trying to get players in towards heaven at one point. So for Mad Lions, it seems like they're in the mid-round just working off the information. Like you said, that flash coming in from Masuda towards Hard maybe gave the information for Mad Lions that lobby control was contested, and that's why we saw them trying to take outside and wrap into main. And Vitality, I mean, even the buy going into round 15, it's not fantastic, Jay.
No, it's not. I mean, the shotgun is in play for Apex, which could be a bit of a positive element because we've seen how deadly the shotgun can be on this map. Crossfiring alongside ZywOo, and Shocked with the orb actually kicks things off, taking out Hooksy. His 20th kill in this game. Towards the outside, they'll strike first, and that is actually a good pick to kick things off for the CTs.
Yeah, it's not often we've seen Mad Lions going down to an opening man advantage without a quick trade coming through. Some utility to another upside execution. Masuda got a tough job here to do. He's got RPK towards default position. Finds his first kill, needs a little bit more, but the T's are still rushing through. Famas out here, one player tagged up, but Refresh blind still gets the headshot on RPK, and the bomb plant comes to a core close range, gets Apex, looks back to heaven, but there's still a second player out here. ZywOo, the SMG, not being looked at. He's gonna wait for it, see the man, take it down, swing out, look for Roy, but unable to get that final shot. Two very low HP players on the T side, and Shocks knows it. Drive-bys with the USP, gets the frag on Roy, and now needs to catch Refresh towards Squeaky. Taps that bomb once. In the utility, yes, there's a flashbang. There's a second one there as well. That will not blind off Shocks. He can't land the quick scope. Refresh takes the swing and the kill. Turns 9-6 to the favor of Mad Lions as we head to a break. They're looking in good form.
We shared a cigarette by East Riverside. The way you looked at me, couldn't say goodbye. And whatever you did to make it stop, 'cause baby, you make me feel something.
Show me an opening in the clouds, and I'll take it, yeah. Reminding myself to just let go. Don't wonder how far I can fall. Don't look down, And I just wanna be someone and never fall behind again. Just keep on moving on, never look down, never fade out, never fade out.
Well, Mad Lions have held their own to go one up against Team Vitality. Already a tactical pause being called before the half even turns over, Dwayne, and for good reason, because they could well be up for the challenge here in the second half. Vitality have shown quite a lot of firepower so far in the first, but unable to convert the advantage on CT. Here on the defensive, the Danes have got to go big on their map pick.
No, look, they absolutely do, and you've got to think, like, the first sort of section, to say the least, of this half, the first half, we did see a lot of back and forth rounds. We saw a lot of force buys coming out for both sides, but once we got into the meat of things, once the gun rounds started to come through, that's really where we saw Mad Lions showing what to expect from them over on Nuke. A 9-6 half over on the T side is fantastic. Now going into their City side, if they can get off to a good start again, Jay, if they can convert this pistol, they can start to run away with this.
Was early playing towards lobby for Vitality, not quite as fast it seems towards the A site as Mad Lions when they took their pistol plays. And it's pistols out for Shush here on the ramp control. Dink down to 15. Hooksy also tagged up. Roy's going to get some damage in of his own accord. Flashes set up to try find some entries, but no kills so far. Tons of damage done to the Mad Lions, as the same to Vitality. But Shush got to go ham if he wants to try and survive at this stage. Hooksy in the back lines does come through. See two players, including that bomb. Stall for extra time for Mad Lions. Might allow his teammates to reposition, but it's not going to be a frag. It's a man advantage for Vitality.
I mean, it seems like for Vitality, they're trying to slow it down and just work off the rotations here from the City side. They've got options to try and go back towards lobby, go down to the lower bomb site, take back lobby control. What do they decide to do? Hooksy gets a nice timing, more damage done to this T side. They've got two players in lobby, and for Vitality, it looks like they're trying to get this control back.
I'm expecting a backstabs, even though they saw that player coming in. And Refresh takes out Shocks as 3-3 now ensues. Still got one player here towards Squeaky. Could line up two frags. Takes Apex. Sees RPK swing out from Hooksy's not going to go well. Now that last player being seen. A call with his back turn. Just escapes the Squeak door, but RPK takes him down. Refresh up. Catches him on the reload. But Masuta has his teammate backed up. And the pistol goes the way of the T side.
Man, what a wild round from both sides. Vitality were getting that ramp control. We saw a lot of duels coming out from the pistols. And in the end, they try and brute force their way back into lobby. They trade out. We see Mad Lions now in a position where you think they might convert the round. Rotations coming up to the vent. But in the end, Vitality are able to overwhelm, win out the pistol, and get the rifles forward. But, Jay, even though we have seen a pistol round going the way of Vitality, we are seeing a force fire come out from Mad Lions.
Oh, look at all the flashes going over and about. SMG spray of Refresh trying to do some damage, but it's the kills that go the way of the Vitality side. 5-on-3 scenario. Smokes up. Flashes continue to come through here from the T's. They've used all the utility to get access to the site, and it's worked for them here. Damage done to Zywoo is the best that they can get away with in terms of kill counts for Mad Lions, so this will be an 8th for the T side.
I'll tell you what, that was quick. That was very, very fast coming in from Vitality. And for Mad Lions, we saw the MP9 really struggling towards that main entrance. And as soon as you're struggling, especially against an upper execution, that's where you just get overwhelmed. Vitality trade out. They don't lose a single player. It's an instant save for the City side. Roy trying to see if he can find any exit kills. Bit of an off angle coming out to the lobby entrance. Does find one, makes it two. An opportunity to try and find a little bit more. Look to try and pick up that Mac 10. So damage done to this T side, but it doesn't look like any more players are going to fall for the CTs.
I'm going to try to go for those wall bangs here for Roy, but in the end doesn't make it happen, so... Vitality with a simple conversion. It should be an eco around the saved in weapons for the Mad Lions. Those two Deagles could prove to be invaluable to them, though. Again, we've seen what they can do with upgrade pistols. Before we get to the next round, a small tech pause ensues, so hopefully nothing that takes too long. Vitality on the edge of equalising once again. We've seen how these equal standings have proven to be, Dwayne. Only a couple of differences in terms of the only a couple of rounds of difference in between these two teams for the most part throughout the course of this game. So
yeah,
again, Mad Lions not being allowed to run away with a victory here.
And it's a little bit, I don't want to say surprising, but interesting to see that Vitality have still converted 8 rounds, even with having players putting up some low numbers. You've got Shox 22-8, who's really been popping off both in the first and second half. But you've got the majority of the players that are 10 kills and below over on this T side. Zywoo's had a really, really quiet game. We haven't really seen that many big plays coming through. It seems like Shox, even though he's not always the one to be clutching out, but he's the one that's finding most of the impactful kills, finding some really nice multi-frag rounds. And for Mad Lions, the kill distribution between their side is a lot closer together than you could say for Vitality.
This technical pause being a small comms issue for the Mad Lions side, so moment to fix that up and get things going. Hopefully they can be back in. It doesn't seem like they're going to commit to any sort of investment around these weapons here. Looking for the main rifles coming up in the follow-up, so it should be a simple affair for Vitality. We've got Shox in with that Mac 10 still. He's been doing a wonderful job so far in this game. You know, again, 22 kills, the top fragger by a country mile. The next player down from him is Roy at 13. And he's been the main sort of antagonist to Shox as well. So, like, that's saying something to how well Shox has been playing throughout the course of this map.
Yeah, and you've got to think if he can carry this forward, if he can at least hold his weight going forward, this is an opportunity for Vitality to try and build up a bit of a lead. They're currently in the deficit of just a single round. We're looking at a relatively light eco. You have 3 weapons, or 3 players, I should say, on the CT side saving in from that last round of Vitality. I think they might just replicate what they did in the last J. It's another upper execution coming in pretty quickly, and it's a ramp stack out from the CT side, so you've got to expect, maybe look for exits, but that's all they're going to find.
Yeah, why not? I think from Vitality is the main mentality behind that. And again, it might be better to save the head Kevlar, to be honest, for Roy and Shush. Maybe the scout for a core, but then again, he can also afford to buy. I think maybe even an orb could come out for Mad Lions, so...
Yeah, can do.
Yeah, they're going to fall back and save what little they've got. Play some exit frag positions on Shush and Roy in particular. They're going to have one player towards heaven, the other out towards the lobby position. But yeah, this is not going to be around for Mad Lions. They're not even going to bother for it, so... Top on V250 of Apex does catch 2 players to fall, so they're not the best of situations for Mad Lions, not being fully aware of their space. There it is. 1 good kill, he's coming in for a core, but again, he's traded very quickly, so only 1 exit coming through for the Mad Lions, 9 all for Vitality, and now the rifles come through.
Now, one thing to consider too, for Vitality's sake, is that Mad Lions have already used 3 out of the 4 tactical pauses available, Jay. So there's certainly a position where Mad Lions, I don't want to say can buckle, but there's a position where they go, right, maybe we have to use the tactical pause a little bit later because we've only got 1 left. So that's something that maybe is going to be on the minds of the Danes. But for Mad Lions, it's all about regaining this control. A 3-0 start coming out for the T-side from Vitality. Looking to go for another up execution. It looks like Refresh trying to play around this hub position, but no, it's event dive in. 2 players get down. Apex can't do so.
Yeah, Core catching the last man off guard. The AK spray from Masuta. It's fantastic to adjust against Shush. And now it's a 4-on-4. Roy does catch Zywoo up at the silo, so the outside player taken down. They've got clear access to Secret, and now into the B site is where they'll go. Shock still looking back towards the vent area, oh sorry, the ramp area, and Akora no idea. The AK takes it down. Roy chimes in, RPK trades, 2v2 still. Vitality have lost access to the site. They're going to tap that bomb once Refresh being seen. Smokes goes up, RPK gets taken out, and the shots from Shox can't seem to connect. The Glock trying to take that fight. Meanwhile, the defuser's coming in from Refresh, and Shox can't do anything about it. Gonna have to grab an automatic weapon, or he forced the man off the bomb. Refresh gonna get that kill, but that's gonna cost him the round. He's got no kit, he's got no time. What a mistake to make. He was in the middle of smoke, he was covered. Shox had no idea, and Refresh, with the most ridiculous of mistakes, costs the lead for Mad Lions.
Shox was out of there. He knew that the round was done because at that point, they know that he's out to ramp and the bomb's not planted for him. It's planted back default. So from there, he can't defend. He thinks, right, they're just on it. The round's done. He's got a kit. No, he doesn't have a kit. And Refresh gets off it. There was a complete chance to just completely stick that 10-second defuse. And Shox probably has no idea how he won that round.
Op. Out for a core here for Mad Lions, just due to the nature of what happened in that last one. Oh, that is just disastrous again for the CT side. That should have been their round, and I think they know it. Stacked in towards the B site, hearing a lot of information towards that secret control. I think there's a total of 3 players directly on the site itself. No one can join them here. Utility out, going to try and stall against them. Roy's going to keep his eyes set as the counter utility comes in from the CT side, but it looks like Vitality want to act quick here.
Oh, Roy's getting so close to this smoke. Refresh actually finds that first, and I think the Deagle might have been spotted. There's an opportunity for Shox to push out from from single door. Trade coming through onto Refresh. Zywoo now coming into the action, but Shush is still alive towards the rafters and still doing damage.
Last player left on the B site, though, needs some backup to come in quick. Now AK, if he times this right against Zywoo, this could be a crucial kill. He fired away, taking that fight aggressive, continuing to hold the angle to try and stop them getting into double doors, but that might cost him his life in the grand scale of things. Backs up as the nade permanently destroys the doors, and 40 seconds left for Vitality. They've rotated away. They're going to make their way onto the A site. Hooksy is going to hear this. This Deagle standing ready to receive. How much can he get out of it, though? It's flashes and smokes down. Small gap to work with. Shot C. RPK drops as well. And Zywoo left standing to clutch it. Finally, his moment has come. As the bomb plant comes down, it's a 1v2 for him.
And trying to reposition both players out from this heaven angle, and for Zywoo, it's all about the information gathering, looking out towards the event area, nothing coming through. He heard a player drop down from that heaven position, a couple of flashbangs, A-core with the NWP, not looking the right way, and now it's all down to Shush. Zywoo backs off towards Squeaky, bomb gets tapped, Shush in the open, and Zywoo's gonna clutch it out. A 1v2 going the way of Vitality to keep the streak alive on the T side.
4 kills for Zywoo in that round. He's been quiet all game thanks to the awkward plays of Mad Lions, and their mistakes costing them 2 rounds in a row. This has fallen apart for the CT side. The Rifles do come back in for round 21. They did a great job of trying to hold this together, but Zywoo coming up big to win them 11th here for Vitality. Their T side has gone so far undefeated in this half, and the Danes need to find a response quick.
Oh, they do an Apex. Look at the timing outside for the flashbang. Oh, no, you thought Roy could have got that kill, but it goes the other way. An awkward exchange outside. Masuda's coming out from HUD. At least there's a trade, but RPK has got teammates to back him up. Hooksy trying to line up, but he's the last one left. Vitality. Oh, what chaos towards that upper bomb side. So many sloppy duels for Mad Lions. And you've got to think, Jay, the last couple of rounds, we saw 2 1v2 clutches in a row. Now we see Vitality going in for something a little bit quicker. The wraparound from main, the upper execution. And for Mad Lions, I don't know how you recover this. You're down 9-12, a 3-round deficit, not enough money to go for a full buy investment, and they're using their last tactical.
Not the appropriate moment, I wouldn't say, unless they plan on a force buy round for round 22. Mad Lions have held contest all throughout this map up, but going into the second half, that gun round has proven to be disaster. They are going for a half buy. UMP for Refresh going to be the best weapon in play. They've got max loss bonus, so they can afford to do that, but they got to look towards the guns in 23. They've got to win that round most importantly. If not, I have a feeling this map might be over, and that's their map pick that falls out of favor.
Yeah. No, this is vital that Mad Lions get something going, because we saw a lot from their T side gun rounds, and unfortunately that has just not converted over into their CT side. Into this second half, Vitality have really started to come alive. Clutching has been stellar. A-Core, an opportunity to try and push outside. Shox. Oh, it looked like for a moment he might get caught off with Util. A-Core could try and push forward. This all comes down to timing.
Shot for that flick, a beautiful headshot. Easy. Core just couldn't get that first shot off in time, so 60 seconds to the clock, and these pistols aren't holding much contest here. They are playing some semi-passive positions, but Vitality are not going to be able to do much with it. They're not going to push so far forward, so careful about where Mad Lions are playing from, knowing that they're going to try something cheeky with that aggressive play.
We haven't really seen a lot of slow rounds from either team on T side. We've seen a lot of chaos, a lot of aggression, at least in early rounds to get map control. And now for Vitality, I mean, this is just looking to be a bit of an upper execution. And 2 players outside can wrap in from main. Resmoke coming down. It's going to buy the CTs more time, but the kills don't follow up. Shush and Hooksy, the last couple left. Vitality haven't even taken a single point of damage yet.
Yeah, this is going wonderfully. So wonderfully here for the T's. And Shush in a 1-on-5. Shouldn't be able to do much from here. Might take an exit frag at best, but I'm not even counting on that much. They are mostly looking towards those rifles again. They need to get the guns out in the next round, and they need to do something with it because this map has gone so far away of the T side. The biggest lead we've seen so far here in this best of 3. RPK does get caught off for 1 frag. The suits are also full. Should Zywoo? No, Zywoo's not letting him go much further. 3 alive for the T side. Mad Lions in with the rifles now. They need to get these guns to work. A-Core immediately in with the AWP. Hooksy could have bought a second one, but he's going to opt against it. And 2 defuse kits this time. Hopefully they'll come into a play because Mad Lions may need to set up the retakes.
And you've got to think, if you're looking at any player to come alive for Mad Lions, it's got to be Refresh or A-Core. One of those 2 players has to just have a massive round. They need to just get more impact in this second half. They have not been able to get a single CT round. Fast outside for the CT side, but so for the same for the T's, Jay.
Shots outside from Zywoo. We're going to try drive a core away. I think they know that he's close. He's going to try re-peek in, though. Doesn't see Apex. Drops out the scope, and he takes that swing and the hit. Nice and efficient. Nice opening. And Mad Lions lose a big weapon as well. Roy will try to take face towards the outside, but he's smoked off, and the T's show no more teeth.
He was just so caught in the open, just so stuck, because I think he realized as soon as they were playing a player towards Silo that there was no chance of getting back to main. He kept trying to fight to the back of T-Red and just couldn't find anything with it. And Vitality, again, finding the opening man advantage, then slow it down. Roy playing outside, trying to see if he can get some more information. But for Vitality, it's all about trying to draw out this util for the CT side. Even Roy now's got no vision outside. This allows a free pass into Secret.
You know, smoke's down, Mad Lions not even covering it off, and I don't think there's anyone actually on the B site to defend against. Calling some rotations and go for a retake or save their weapons, which may end up being the most likely play. RPK's backed up at the lobby entrance, maybe receiving contact of Hooksy. Maybe even Refresh as well. AK up, takes that kill. It's another casualty for the CT side, and surely the retake must be off the table from here. They know that they've got no presence on the B site. Shush will try rotate, but RPK gets Refresh, another good kill. Roy finally finds something to trade, but it's 2 standing for the CTs. The bomb plant going down. Mad Lions, they're out of there.
What I love from Vitality is how much silence there is on the map, Jay. We had a section of about 40, 50 seconds or so where, yeah, you had the outside smokes, but outside of them, what did we really see? Hardly any utility coming through from Vitality, no footsteps being heard, and for Mad Lions, they're thinking, right, what's going on here? Is it a fake outside? Are they going into Secret? Hooksy thinks, okay, this is a perfect opportunity to try and take some lobby control, clear out the information, and RPK's the late lurk towards lobby. He gets 2 kills. Roy's been able to at least try and stay alive, but you've got to think a trade can come through here because they don't know that Shox is around this position. A 14th round for Vitality, and for Mad Lions, it's so important that Roy holds onto this weapon. Shox! Oh, now there's just 1. If 2 players stayed alive, you could understand the force buy potential coming into round 24. Now that's off the cards. Now it's off the table. They can't force. It has to be an eco around this M4. They're forcing.
They're forcing. They don't want to play for overtime. That's 6 rounds in a row. I don't know either. I'm looking at that one, wondering myself whether that's a good call. This is going to be a tough one.
You've
You've got a lot of style side stacks here. 3 players going to go pushing in. This could be either magically or disastrous here. And Shox and ZywOo are making it disaster for the CT side. Easy kills coming in for the T side. They put all their chips in towards the outside yard, and they all get picked apart. 4 kills untraded. SMG seen as the last player alive. This is map point for Vitality.
Unfortunately, there were so many players that just weren't blind there on the T side, and for Mad Lions, they just go all that aggression towards outside, and they just don't find anything with it. Apex is low, Shox is low, but no kills. And look, they tried something different, Jay. They tried something unique, go for something different, try and see if they can catch Vitality off guard, and that just doesn't happen. 15 rounds now up for the Frenchmen, and for Mad Lions, they just have not got a grasp in this second half. 33 kills and 11 deaths for Shox for Vitality. He has just been so influential on Nuke.
And he's been influential on this T side more specifically, and just thinking about how Vitality performed in this one. 15 rounds from 9-6 down. They have not lost a single here on the T side half, and they could make a perfect T side half off the back of this round to win the map pick. 4 on 3. 2 casualties and refresh in your core. Gets ZywOo to drop down, RPK to drop low, but still in play for the moment. SMG spray, Shox catches Hootsie. The SMG just not good enough to win the fight, and Apex knows that Roy's close. Wins that fight as well, despite losing the first bullet. And Shush left alone in a 1 versus 4. This is all over, Dwight. This is going to be 16-9 for Vitality with the perfect T half. Mad Lions conceding a map that they really should not have done. We talked about this veto. We talked about this map being one of their favorites. Yes, it's a good one for Vitality the same, but Mad Lions, seeing how well they did on the CT side, I think they should have won it.
Yeah, no, I think that their second half just crumbled, and you can make the exception that they lost 2v1 clutches where they probably should have won in post-plan scenarios. So there is that exception that, yeah, they run out of tactical pauses. The economy towards the end there was really in trouble. But at the end of the day, you've got to deliver, and Mad Lions just could not do that in that second half. Vitality to go completely undefeated on that T side should never happen. A massive performance coming in from Shox, and for Mad Lions, I think, Jay, that was their chance in the series. With that gone, things are looking difficult for them now.
No, absolutely they are. And I mean, we talk a little bit about the potential of this team in the series. I definitely looked at Inferno as being the weak point. I thought if they could take that, I gave Vitality the 2-1 overall to win this in 3 maps. But yeah. I'm looking at this now thinking that this could be a 2-map affair for them. They have looked so strong. And they gave them the firepower win. Indeed, they have. But like, just my word, that was something else I was not expecting whatsoever.
Yeah, and we saw some big individuals for the Mad Lion side that normally show up massively really go quiet. I think Refresh, we saw that one big round where they brought back a 2v4 into a 2v2 post line. Outside of that, we really didn't see a lot from him. A-Core with the AWP. In saying that, though, we didn't really get to see a lot of AWP presence coming out on Nuke, but it was disappointing for Mad Lions, especially in that second half, not to see the Refresh and A-Core that we know best.
Well, map 2 is Inferno. Mad Lions got to turn it around, else they'll be eliminated here in the groups. Vitality set 1 map away from making it to the quarterfinals as we head towards a short break. They'll be on for victory. Don't go anywhere. We're coming back with more of IEM Beijing.
With the right CPU, you can turn any game from familiar to phenomenal. Unleash the potential in all your gaming with Intel 10th Gen processors. With its optimal balance of threads, cores, and frequency to deliver elite real-world performance, only Intel can bring Marvel's Avengers to life with in-game PC optimizations. Supercharge your Marvel's Avengers experience with Intel Core i5, i7, and i9 processors.
If you want to know what you're good at, and, well, also what you suck at, check out csgohub.com. Coming!
Start your esports career now at play.eslgaming.com.
I am the greatest!
just the way we live. We own it. Cause that we love the thrill. We know it. It's just the way we live. We're grown up kids. We love the thrill. They're looking at us, an audience. Keep telling us what we can do, but here we are, showing them, making them wish they were you. We've heard the most when it comes to this. Yeah, every shade of blue, but don't even care what they'll say. I think we're out of control. Yeah, truth be told, we know it. It's just the way we live. We own it. Cause that we love the thrill. We know it. It's just the way we live. We're grown up kids. It's just the way we live. We know it. It's just the way we live. We own it. Cause that we love the thrill. We know it. It's just the way we live. We're grown up kids. We're grown up kids.
I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. I always wanted the world, I wanna conquer the world right now. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. I call the shots in the man with the plot and we only go bombs away. Ain't no one protecting my mind as a weapon, that's why I'ma dominate. Taking advantage of every second, now I ain't got time to waste. They all tryna sign my name, they want me to sign my name. Counting your blessing while I count that in my winnings. We take 50s and 100s and throw them up to the ceiling. Everything I envision, now everybody gon' witness. Only difference between us is I ain't stop till I finish. Yeah. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. I always wanted the world, I wanna conquer the world right now. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. Savage, you've been distracted, your best my average, there's a reason for that's a fact. So they snapping back, mad at the fact that I don't have a backup plan, I ain't need that. Outworking everybody when I relax, so I ain't tripping about none of y'all feedback. Heard that, wonder when I'm gonna peak at. And that's why you count your blessing while I count that in my winnings. We take 50s and 100s and throw them up to the ceiling. Everything I envision, now everybody gon' witness. Only difference between us is I ain't stop till I finish. Yeah. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. I always wanted the world, I wanna conquer the world right now. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. I always wanted the world, I wanna conquer the world right now. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. Shots in the man with the plot and we only go bombs away. Ain't no one protecting my mind as a weapon, that's why I'ma dominate. Taking advantage of every second, now I ain't got time to waste. They all tryna sign my name, they want me to sign my name. Counting your blessing while I count that in my winnings. We take 50s and 100s and throw them up to the ceiling. Everything I envision, now everybody gon' witness. Only difference between us is I ain't stop till I finish. Yeah. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. I always wanted the world, I wanna conquer the world right now. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now.
I fell apart. so heartless. It was a moment of darkness. Look at me that way. It broke my heart to see. It's too hard, it don't come easy. I went dark, I lost it right away. And when it starts, God knows what I'll say. In my head, I had good reason. I went red so unexpectedly. I should have said that sometimes happens to me. Of darkness.
Your destiny, slay your enemy, raise a legacy. No more apologies, trust your abilities, gather the energies. Pull yourself back together, been staying off track forever. Child of the nation, will seek redemption, time for salvation. Today is meant to be day of victory, time for history. Rebirth's a tendency, fight the entropy, channel your rivalry. You're praying for fortune to come, you're hearing the sound of the drums. It's too late to backtrack, get back your back now. Keep your feet on the ground and stand up. You've got what it takes to fight back. Don't stop until you black out, out. Stand up, you've got what it takes to fight back. Don't stop until you back out. Give all you got and show them how to make a miracle. Stand up, you've got what it takes to fight back. Don't stop until you back out. Give all you got and show them how to make a miracle. Go save your team, be a hero. Take home the cup, be a star. They're waiting for you, take aim, shoot your arrow. It's your time to shine, show them who you are. Stronger, gotta go faster, gotta get better, gotta work harder. It's fight or flight now, get up now. Go with the move, go for the goal, lead up the stadium, you know how it's done. Stand up, you've got what it takes to fight back. Don't stop until you back out. Give all you got and show them how to make a miracle. You've got what it takes to fight.
Intel Extreme Masters is brought to you in part by Intel, Acer Predator, Mountain Dew Game Fuel, DHL, and GG Bet.
Well, welcome back to IEM Beijing. We're getting into our second map between Vitality and Mad Lions. This one to qualify and move on into the playoffs. Vitality took Mad Lions map pick and nuke after an impressive start from the Danes. The second half turned all the way around as Vitality absolutely destroyed the opposition with a perfect T-side half. It doesn't bode well for the Danes going into the second map of Inferno.
No, it doesn't. I suppose the one positive that you can kind of take is that there is a substitution coming in for the Vitality side for Shocks, who had a really big performance out on that first map of Nuke. But for Vitality, every time they're playing Dust 2 or Inferno, they are subbing in a player for Navira, who's been actually very, very strong, I want to say, Jay. We haven't seen a lot from him. He's only played 5 maps for Vitality, but in those 5 that he's played, he's held his weight and he's actually performed at a very high level.
I mean, certainly I would be very confused at that initial sort of prospect, given the fact that, listen, Shocks had an absolutely insane game on that first map. You know, he's looking at that, and I'm wondering, like, is it worth it to do that? I mean, I have not seen how well. I mean, I've definitely been more familiar with Shocks than I am with Navira. Obviously, I've seen Navira at a tier 2 level, but I definitely looked at that first map and I thought there'd be no way that they'd sub in a second player in this second map. But here we are, Vitality. On the T side, start of their map pick, kicking things off with the pistol round, Glocks out, P2D in for ZywOo. 3 flashes and 2 smokes between ZywOo and Apex. There's a CZ out for Roy playing the raid boss on the CT side. Raid that set themselves up here for the contact play into Banana.
A very heavy stack here coming out from Mad Lions and Nade on a bit of contact to try and do some damage towards the bottom of Banana players, but for Vitality being pretty silent about this approach. Finally, some footsteps coming out towards the bottom mid area. Vitality looking to just spread out on their default. They've got 2 sets of util, so they can use these 2 sets of utility, Jay, towards the A-bomb site if they want a moto smoke, or maybe down out towards B if they want to go for the cross smokes on the site towards Coffins and towards CT. And it looks like they're regrouping back to Banana.
P2K and CZ standing by as the main crossfire elements of USP there with the nade. If Hooksy times this right, he could be in to do some serious damage. It looks like he's going to try and bait in his teammates for the shots instead. Refresh with those 2 picks straight to heads. Nades down will drive Apex and Co away. But the Julie's pushed up as well for Shush, getting ZywOo next to a 5 versus 2 scenario. 3 kills untraded by the T side. Forces Navira does come up with 1 trade, but Apex is dealt with on the front lines, and Navira stands alone in a 1 versus 4. This is going to end up being a pistol to Mad Lions, and a crucial start that they absolutely needed here.
And look, for Mad Lions, what I really love there for Refresh in particular, not pressured. Doesn't get overwhelmed by just spamming that P2K around. No, he taps up really nicely, slows it down, gets 2 really great open duels, forces Vitality back into the mid play, and from there, the sandwich comes in. They all fall apart. And for this Danish side, we haven't really seen a lot from them over on Inferno, Jay. It's normally their insta-ban. They don't play it a lot. We saw a close game against Fnatic very recently in a 14-16 loss. We saw them win out against Ultimate Attacks in the quarterfinals of 9-5. So we have only seen a very limited amount of Inferno for the Mad Lions squad. An opportunity for them to maybe show what they've got up against Vitality. Force buy-in for the T side, even without the bomb plan. It's a lot of Tech 9s and some Deagles to follow too.
We've got the force playing for Vitality, and appropriately so. We've seen how well this these force buys can engage here between Mad Lions and Vitality on Nuke, especially in those first few rounds. Went 6 back and forth. We finally found a leader. So SMG set in to try and deal with them. Will be a little bit ineffective against the head Kevlar from 4 of the individuals. ZywOo might be in trouble if he's not careful, but at the moment Vitality taking passive contact out towards Banana, leaning in towards brackets. They will force Hooksy off angle, and they play passive.
A fair bit of map control actually coming in for the Vitality squad. ZywOo's going to try and take some contact out from long and finds a headshot to Hooksy. Now there's an opportunity for a split into B, but there's still 2 players here towards this B-bomb site.
Wrapping around for that Deagle, the SMG should have been enough to take him down with a simple headshot. Smokes up from Roy and try and find his way in. The flashbang perfect for Misuta. Takes him out with Navera's assistance. 4 versus 3. Bomb plant will be secured here. Refresh did get the kill on ZywOo, at least taking that back to that player. The SMGs, the automatics coming in. However, the M4 of a core now allowed to chime up back to an even standing. Flash over towards the CT entrance. Refresh will try to clear out that position as they continue leaning in. They've got no kits here, so this is going to be a bit of a tough retake, but the nades are placed pretty well. RPK and Masuta down low, taking a face. M4 spray doesn't go well. Refresh finds that trade. 1 player towards Dark and New Box, and they're tagged up heavily. Refresh comes up with that kill. Apex takes his own rights and doubles up to the Vitality, a good pick back and a force buy to work wonders for the T's.
All right, well, here we go again. We're in the same situation that we were to start off Nuke. But look, for Vitality, Jay, what it just comes down to is wasting as much time as possible. You mentioned the no-kit element to the Mad Lions squad. The trades just not coming out that fantastically. For Vitality, even with 2 players towards a new box and that HE coming through, yeah, it did a lot of damage up to the post-planted players, but they were still able to win out. Apex winning out some great jewels in the end there to clutch out. And Mad Lions now going to be on a force buy themselves. Another heavy stack towards the top of Banana, bringing 3 players there. And for Vitality, only a single SMG is going forward into round 3.
HE smokes. Flash out for refresh. As you mentioned, that UMP on Zywoo. Loving the UMP so far in this matchup, Vitality. It's been pretty good against the Mad Lions, who have this lack of helmets on 3 individuals, lack of Kevlar at all on 2. Vitality playing out those defaults, eventually wrapping their way in towards the A side. There's a 4-man stack here for Mad Lions, so this could be a bit more awkward for Vitality than you might expect.
Abs pop coming out from Vitality. 3 players swinging out from the apartments. Hooksy setting up a crossfire. Refresh is still alive towards a mini pit position. He's found a couple of kills and he even makes it a 3rd, Jay. Acorn towards the back of the site trying to chime in, but finally Vitality have got a grasp on the situation and it's down to the B player, Roy, to bring this back.
Saw the force buy victory coming in there for Mad Lions, but it seems like he might just get shut down, Roy. A lot of work to do. Takes fight against RPK, wins the headshot. Okay, that's impressive. Fights against Apex, but doesn't land the dink, doesn't land the kill. 3 for Apex all in all, but Vitality taking a serious knock on that one. 4 casualties to sustain. And Mad Lions will be forced back to Eco.
Oh, that's a close one. That is a very, very close one. The app pops coming out, and I tell you what, the initial entries are great, but the trading onto Refresh took so long. He finds 3 kills, drops that bomb, and Vitality bring that back. They overwhelm the bomb site. Roy is now the only B player that's rotating in to try and clutch out a 1 versus 2. Takes it down to just a single player, but it's not enough. Vitality, this has been 2 rounds in a row from them, Jay, where only 1 player stayed alive, so their economy line is very, very limited. And look at this push from the CTs.
Chameleon for Masuta. Simple kills coming his way. 4K overall. Anti-Eco clean up the P2 of the Refresh, trying to get something back here, but missing a shot against Navera. So that's the 3rd to the board of Vitality. And Mad Lions now up for the rifles. Much earlier on in this map compared to where things went down over on Nuke. Mine's a little bit weird though. Might have to consider a couple of reservations in terms of utility. And actually, they're going to go for Famas on Hooks as a result of that. But the Orb still comes out for a core, and we've still got a majority of M4s.
Do they get a kit? Roy's got enough money.
Oh,
no kit. Yeah, this worries me a little bit going into the first gun round, considering how many post plants we've seen Vitality in so far. The Mad Lions need to be careful if they are forced into a retake scenario, that's something on the mind, that there's no kit. And the lack of utility, or at least not the full sets that we saw from Mad Lions in the early round, them using it towards Banana, this is a complete gamble stack to A. No one is on B for Mad Lions.
Will they read it on Vitality, or will they push into the brackets position and go towards the A site? We've seen a gamble stack that did a lot of damage over in the previous round where Vitality went for the Abs pop. This time with the rifles, it could work out to a round victory if Vitality play into this. And they're flashing out towards brackets. They're going to go towards the A site.
This is looking like it's such a sick read from Mad Lions. Vitality. Now, they've got a lurk of RPK into the Banana position, but it's whether he gets enough control to bring the players back, because Vitality, it looks like they're leaning into AJ.
Galil's on, checking that corner. A core. Coming against Navera. AWP only tight towards the short position. He's timed it so well. Continues to face. Sees 2, but doesn't line up the collat. Mitsuta gets that kill. Still got Refresh here towards Cubby. Have they read his position? Flashes go in and out. They haven't checked the back lines, but Mitsuta still comes up with the frag. And they're still leaning into even more contact. M4 here towards Minipit. 20 seconds. They've got to go here towards the A side. Masuta still fragging. Finally, Roy lines up 2, but Navira takes him down. Famas on sight of Hooksy. Transfers his spray towards 2 HP players. And 13 seconds for Apex with the M4 in tow, making a lot of noise. Knows that Hooksy somewhere to the side. Switches out to the M4. Nade on position. Got to pick out the rifle. He's got a USB in hand. And Apex can round the corner with a Tech 9. 4 seconds to spare. And comes up with a win for Vitality. They had a 5-man stack with rifles on the A site. And still the T's came out on top.
And you've got to think, for Peacemaker and Hooksy, that's like a moment there where it's just silence, where you think, guys, like, we had 5 on A. We had 5 on A. We had the perfect read. We brought 3 players to Banana early round. We put down a world of utility. Vitality even had a lurk. RPK was there. I think they ended up bringing Apex over towards Banana right at the end because he was the one that was rotating in the end to clutch out that 1 versus 1. There were so many players in that A bomb site, Jay, and they still don't win out. That's heartbreaking for Mad Lions. And for Vitality, they're thinking, was that 5 on A? Did we read that right? Like, how did that happen?
Well, how it happened is
wow.
With Vitality going ham, Masuta in particular, able to isolate some really awkward kills. I think he got like 2 or 3 frags. I think it was a 3K by the end of that round. The damage was really what was able to sustain a chance of Mad Lions, but that was just not enough. Half bite coming in for the CTs. Again, Vitality getting off on the right foot here on the start. Looking for a 5-1, most likely here. A very severe lack of anything to work with for the Mad Lions side. CZs, Deagles in USPs. Creep up towards Banana, 2 players to hold off on it. They'll tag up RPK, tag up Apex as well. CZ the swing. No, they get that kill. Coming for the follow-up as well. Yeah, 3 picks, nice and easy.
Yeah, simple stuff coming out from Vitality. And for Mad Lions, I'm still sort of drawing back to that last round, Jay. I'm thinking, was that just a good read or signs of desperation going into Inferno? Because they have not been able to get off to a good start. They won pistol, lost the anti-eco conversion, and from there it's been 5 in a row on Vitality's side. And we saw what they were able to do once they got a streak together on Nuke. They were completely undefeated, Jay, in that second half, going absolutely flawlessly on the T side. And we're getting to a position where it might not be the same outcome as Nuke, but we're seeing a very, very similar parallels.
A lot of mistakes being made here on the Mad Lions side. Start costing them here on the CT forces. They've already cost them 5 rounds. Trying to force their way forward in. Flashbang's keeping them blind. They get RPK to fall. So nice start. Burst stack on Apex will deal its damage. Roy takes a nade to the face as well. He's forced away from the Banana position. Flashes continue to press up here for Vitality. They've lost a man, but they're still pressing forward.
I tell you what, Mad Lions still want to try and contest towards the top of Banana. Rather than just falling back and playing passive on B, they're actually looking to see if they can find a little bit more, and they've been able to do so. Navira finding an entry, Roy with the trade, so man advantage is still going the way of the CT side, and finally for Vitality, they're in a situation where they're on the back foot.
Import standing, smokes up to that cross. Oh, Hooksy catches Apex at the edge of it. Drops the bomb as well. Masuta can pick it back up. We're up for a 1v4 clutch. And honestly, I don't know if he's going to have an opportunity to do this. He's a good player, and he's definitely forced the issue a lot for Vitality. But these 2 frags got to come in thick and fast. Ready for trade positions here. Smoke down close. Checking out the CT cross. Should know that there's 1 player close here from Roy. Face up. Spray goes awkward and misses bullets. And there it is. A second round to the board of Mad Lions. That confidence finally showing through, but it had its caveats so far in this half.
Yeah, look, much better for Mad Lions, and I like the discipline that they've got there towards Banana. They try and fight, they get the opening kill, and rather than just sort of being scared about it and just falling back to site and playing the man advantage, they actually look for more. They look to put more pressure onto the French side, and for Vitality, I don't think they expected 2 players to still stay towards that top of Banana position. And trades going out their way, and second round to follow. Vitality, they have been able to build up a fair bit of money, Jay. So even losing this next round, they'll still have enough to get a buy forward. So for Mad Lions, they need to focus in on trying to destroy this economy from their opposition, as well as trying to build up their own. Nades down towards Banana does grant them control, and Hooksy's trying to go aggro.
He's RPK. That flashbang from Roy's timing is awkward though. Catches his teammate for it, and that's a frag you don't want to see going the way of the T side. AK still set here towards that first boost, hearing a lot of footsteps, flashed out blind, not being seen. RPK catches him in the end. The perfect flash timing from Vitality, and they will look to boost even further up. RPK, 3 kills to dismantle the whole round for Mad Lions. This is a 6th for the T side.
And what a response too, after Mad Lions won that last round with 4 players staying alive. The flashes were excellent, absolutely pinpoint precision. We see 2, 3 flashes coming in, and Roy's just blind for so damn long. There gets to a point where RPK goes, oh yeah, there's someone towards first oranges. Oh, I could deal with him, he's completely blind. A 6th on the board for Team Vitality, and for Mad Lions, Jay, that is not the response you want. As soon as you win a very, very convincing gun round, no one goes down for the T side. Hardly anyone even takes damage. RPK's the only one. 9 points of damage done to this T side. More might even be done from the bomb.
Not quite, but...
yeah, I'm close.
Close.
What was it, 7 points?
Well, 95 and 97, so I think that's a total of 8, so 1 point off.
Oh, it might have been actually. Yeah, 1 point.
More damage
not
than
bad.
Mad Lions. I think they realise that's acceptable. That's unacceptable either way. Tactical pause coming in for the CT side. Their first of the map ups so far. Second tactical so far in this game. And they have a buyback, so, well, I mean, they have a broken buyback, but they have a buyback nonetheless. Got to figure out exactly what they're going to do from this one, because they need a response relatively soon. I mean, otherwise Vitality are going to run away from this one. And we were talking during the break. You said you think this one's going to be a stomper, and I think you're bang on the money with that one, because Vitality have just not let up. Mad Lions have not been allowed to do anything, and when they have been allowed to do something, when they have tried to, you know, outplay Vitality, they've usually made a couple of mistakes that have tipped the odds back in the T-side favor.
And I think you've got to be realistic with your expectations about Mad Lions, right? We've seen for Vitality a lot of second-place events, some really high placings. Again, the last event where they didn't make playoffs was back in Pro League about 2 months ago. And you've got Mad Lions that have just made a couple of roster changes. They haven't had the greatest results. We've seen a couple of upsets here or there, losing to some of the lower tier 2 teams as well. So, especially going into Vitality's map pick of Inferno, it's going to be tough. Nuke was their chance. They weren't able to capitalize on it in the second half. And now they've paid the price for not being able to convert that first map of the series. Double AWPs coming out for Mad Lions. Hooksy picking it up. Now, I remember seeing a bit of AWPing coming out from Hooksy over on the Existence lineup, but outside of that, he's not really known to pick up the AWP all too often.
Oh, caught off by RPK, so that AWP drops out of favor. 1 of 2. The other one on a core back over to the A site. It's rotating out from CT spawn very quickly, actually, so he will be playing back up alongside Roy. A 3-man stack overall towards his B site. May have to call in a rotation from Refresh to back up Shush if they rotate away. And Vitality, they are pushing this bomb back out of Banana, so that might be an option for them.
We have seen a lot of gamble stacks coming out from Mad Lions so far on the City side, but it all just comes down to, is the read here? Is Vitality going to commit to this B site? And, well, 40 seconds left on the clock. They don't have a massive amount of time. A-Core, nice shot to find the first. Roy starts to clear out the top Banana position, and A-Core actually finds a follow-up. Now there's a response coming in. Mad Lions have found the opening man advantage.
How much through the wall? He had no idea. Now the apps pop with the split in. Going to leave it all to Shush to defend against it. Navira going to flash his way forward. Will Shush get caught by this? No, he won't. He takes that fight, and Masuta still wins it out. I don't know how he finds his entries, but he's just a god in this game. Taking over for Shox. He obviously subbed out earlier on. The core unable to land his flicks back here. The bomb's got to get planted by Zaiwu. A 3-on-3 retake. Masuta is low. Mad Lions have a slight advantage going into this, but they're locked out of the A site.
Now, they know that A-Core's coming in from Library, but do they know about where the positions are for the other 2 players? Nivira having a very aggressive angle around the short position, and Refreshers coming in, Shadow being seen. Nivira does capitalize on the kill, and Roy's got to try and swing out from the apartments, but Masuda is backing up Zaiwu. Now it's down to A-Core in a 1 versus 3. He's got to save onto this AWP, and my goodness, what an entry for Nivira to come out from the apps pop. That was so damn quick. I think he might have even been a little bit mid-air there. And for Vitality, finding their 7th, what a response. To think as well, they found the opening pick onto Hooksy. The Mad Lions try and retake top banana. Acor gets 2 kills, one of them completely blind through that broken wall. They've got the man advantage. They've got a single player on the A bomb side, and it's still not enough to convert the round.
I hate to be the guy that calls it early, but this looks like it's already over. Like, just the way that Vitality are playing, like a 4v3 situation, no matter what the scenario is, like being able to recover that. And again, you mentioned Masuta just being in the middle of the air when he took that shot. It looked like that was the case. Like, he just looked like he just jumped around the corner and easily domed the last. Like, oh, Shush is going to be real upset with that situation. And Vitality not missing a beat from the T side of the last map up. Continuing even further, Zywoo getting that pick on Shush, and Hooksy's right behind him to try to back him up, get a trade frag, but this is most likely going to get picked up here. The way that Vitality have been playing, they're just not letting anything go the way of Mad Lions.
No, they're not. And what I love too is even when they've got opening man advantages, they're not just playing really reckless and playing really aggressive. They're slowing it down. Acor's able to find a really great pick onto RPK. He's been doing wonders with this AWP out towards the B side, but it looks like it's the pressure in towards A. Hooksy with the deagle needs to try and do some damage here. He's got teammates to try and back him up on rotation, but he can't find anything on the side.
Overwhelmed by the rifles and the numbers of Vitality. Second AK has been picked up by Roy, and it looks like that might just be a case of save calling, and it was a half buy for Mad Lions. So to get away with the rifle for free, that actually is not that bad of a scenario for them. I did love that party hop sequence there on the run boost. That was all right.
Not bad.
Not bad at all. Gets himself up on top of the boost spot, ready to receive anyone that comes out of the CT spawn, but it won't make a difference in the round itself. This is going to be an 8th of Vitality. They will win the half. And Mad Lions... I'm just trying to figure the scenarios and figure out all the possibilities they have to work with, because they've just got so few options with the way the Vitality is shutting them down. It's like, you know, how do you come back from this situation?
Look, I think a change-up needs to come through. Whether they're running double orbs again onto Hooksy, just trying to go for something, maybe a hyper-aggressive play where they try and run down mid or run out through the apartments, just to try and see if they can do something to catch Vitality off guard. We saw that one round on their CT side out on Nuke where they got hyper-aggressive outside with 4 players and got shut down completely. Maybe something similar to that, obviously trying to change the outcome, but it just feels like for Vitality, their defaults are just finding so much success. And Acor, even though he's only got 6 kills, Jay, he's really been the only impactful player, I want to say, on the CT side that's been consistent.
Well, let that speak volumes to the rest of the players right there. Couldn't land a shot off of this one. Refresh trying to see if he can force an issue, and there it is. 3 kills. They've had enough. Mad Lions. Getting a couple of good frags back here. RPK finds a trade at the least. Zywoo gets some more. Swings back on Hooksy. There's a ton of damage. RPK trying to see if he can find a swing, but no. Hooksy comes up with those 2 kills. And with that 3rd round for Mad Lions, for a moment there, you saw the way the Vitality were playing, and it looked like once again they were going to turn the situation around and put Mad Lions right back in their place.
And that's exactly what I just said. A hyper-aggressive round. They run down mid. The flash comes out for refresh. And he just does a world amount of damage. A good change-up for Mad Lions. Vitality, yeah, we saw a bit of a response in some of the trade kills towards the end of that round. But it still wasn't enough to be able to overwhelm. Now, for Mad Lions, that might be one of the rounds that you try once and you don't do again. Unless they do want to try and go for it again, Jay.
This time they'll come out worse for it. Roy first to fall, just straight it back as Zywoo doubles up and deals with the corner, same. The AUG taken out 4 on 2. And Vitality, again, playing out these defaults, this time ready for the aggression. And you said that they didn't want to go for that, and for good reason. Decimated by the T-side line. This is going to be a 9-3. This knocks back the loss bonus to Mad Lions. Thank God they have some money to fall back on. But, again, another disaster round for the CT side.
Yeah, look, they tried it again, and this time it just was not the same answer. Zywoo, that secondary kill came in just so damn quickly, and there's nothing you can do against that. Refresh with the NWP does at least find a pick towards the apartments, but it's a lean over towards this B-bomb side. Hooksy's alone, can't even find anything. 6 shot coming out from RPK, instant save has to come through. And for Mad Lions, it's, look, they tried to mirror what happened in that previous round, and unfortunately the outcome is completely different. A ninth will be going the way of the Vitality squad, and for Mad Lions, there is a bit of money built up for them. Their loss bonus is quite high too, with 2,900 going into the next round, so they will be able to get an investment, there's no doubt about it, but certainly holding on to this AWP, it's crucial.
It's time to be concerned if you're a Mad Lions fan. Up for elimination in this lower bracket match, so it's going to be tough. Well, look at this situation and wonder if there's going to be any real way to come back out. I've got to at least get something here in the CT half. If they can recover a 9-6, then maybe there's an option for them. Maybe there's potential in the second half to run riot on T side. But yeah, Vitality just not missing a single beat so far in this one. Tactical pause for Mad Lions to try and get those 6 rounds on the board. What do you say is recoverable at this stage, Dwayne? Do they have to get a 9-6 or could 10-5 suffice? Like, what do you think the options are for them?
I think they've got to go flawless out here. Like, they've got to at least get 6. You've got to think that they've got to bring momentum going into that second half. If this continues and they only manage to get 3-4 rounds in this first half, I think it's done. I think there's just no answer going forward. And for Mad Lions too, like, you look at their past series, the one against Na'Vi where they won a single map but lost the series. It went into OT in that last map. They had a really close series against Fnatic only a couple of days ago. 30 rounds in map 2, down to the wire in map 3. And now they've come in against Vitality. Yes, a very strong side, one of the, a top 3 in Europe at the current state, but it just has not been as competitive as their previous series has been. And yeah, I'm certainly saying it. Unless they get 6, that's the only way back in.
Flashes over into the banana position. The team's going to try and force forward. Oh! That's a good shot from a core. Finally something to work with. But will it carry forward? Will they be able to hold their own against Vitality? They've fallen right back out of Banana. No, they've got that man advantage. Just want to play passively here. Nades on will do extra damage, but no further kills to go the way of the CT side.
Rotating the 2 players towards A, leaving that AWP. And for Vitality, they've done very, very well in these one-on-one trade scenarios against the AWP in many accounts. Acor flashed off angle, but he actually wants to sort of stay aggressive here, Jay. He's not falling back at all.
Aggressive angle to work with, nade on. That could be placed very, very well indeed. Masuta tagged just over half HP. Molotov's in, smokes down for a core, falls back out to the new box, plays a passive angle reader, receives, shot missed out on the second player. Masuta's blind though, and a core can get that frag back. Roy with a very good flash in 5v3, but he needs more active support here to the bomb site. Tagged to 23.0, still forces forward, captures RPK, and gets Zaiwu as well. A core with 4 kills in this round, and a big round from him that looks to save Mad Lions in this one. Navera with no more options, bombing CT control, time's ticking away, and a core going nuclear on the B side.
Oh my goodness. Throw away that AWP, make sure there's no way that they can pick up double ults to the CT side. That's just an unbelievable performance from Acor on the site. The way that he's able to stay alive for so long, they molly him out towards new box, he puts the smoke down, flashes out, he plays around it, even gets further aggressive, buys time for the rotations, but the rotations don't even need to do anything. Navira, there's so much money on this T side that all he's trying to do there is limit the economy going forward for these next couple of rounds of Mad Lions. So yeah, he swings out, dies after time, but it doesn't really make the biggest of differences in the world. Now attack pause for Vitality. And you've got to think for Acor, we need to see more than that. Yeah, that was a fantastic hold. He's playing very well so far towards that B site as an anchor with the AWP, but we need to see more from him to be able to bring this back for Mad Lions. We need to see more sick plays, maybe not just from him in particular, but more sort of multi-frag rounds coming out, because Vitality in their defaults, they've only really been allowing like 1 or 2 multi-frags at some moments for the Mad Lions squad. We haven't seen those big spray downs coming through or big moments.
Vitality taking a moment to reflect on that last round, because I think that they're not really happy with how they let a core get those 4 kills. Like, that should have been a decent mop up there for the Vitality camp. Should have found that trade at some point. 3 AKs in for Mad Lions at the back of that last round, so plenty to work with going into this one. This nades up, no real attention given to banana control for the T's. They're leaning in towards the second mid in the brackets area. And Mad Lions much more passively on the contact face.
Into the apartments. And for Mad Lions, they've brought A-Core actually over towards the A side. Now, for the majority of the time, he's been playing out towards B, towards the top banana position. And Shush as well, backing away from that smoke in the apartment, so won't get caught off by these two players here from Vitality. Not a lot of map control being taken for this T side. It looks like they finally want to take some banana control. And for Mad Lions, they've just given it up. They don't even have a single player towards the top banana corner. They're playing very, very passive in the site.
Refresh on rotation. Going to receive here was the B play is going to be required for this execution. It's coming in now for Vitality. Players popping out, flashing. The Hooks are going to try to catch him blind, but RPK knows where he is. M4 bursts through, drops Zywoo, but RPK comes up with 2. And Mad Lions have to go for the retake at this stage. It's this far late into the half that they don't really have much of a choice. But with such little presence here, the site, a 4-on-3 scenario, like you're looking at this and wondering if maybe it is a better option to save. They've got a little bit of a deficit in the economy basis. And I think they're going to pick relatively soon. I think they might be out of this round.
Yeah, look, because the thing is as well, is even if they try and go for it, it's not so much the economy standpoint of what they can buy in the next round, but it's they've got 2 AKs onto Shush and Refresh. And looking for exits. I'm a little bit surprised about this, unless they want to try and go in for a quick defuse. They're actually going to go and try and go for this.
Oh my god. Refresh on the bomb right now. They're going to get the kill.
They've done it.
No way! Mad Lions with a last-second retake have pulled it off. That is mad stuff from the CT side. You saw their position so far back in CT. Vitality didn't see them either. And just a lurk from Refresh, not giving up the ghost, not giving up any info. They steal one from underneath the nose of the Frenchman.
Wow, that was a really nice play there coming out for Mad Lions. And you saw that there was a player that got into construction very near the bomb. Smoke goes down towards banana position, and they just get on it. Very, very, very late retake coming in from Mad Lions. And Vitality just think they're saving.
Well, they can't save. It's round 15. Gonna force the issue at this stage. Roy getting RPK to drop. Nice M4 pick in. And Hooksy legging down Apex as well. So damage done with an opening kill. Rifle down to 33 and Vitality feeling the sting of that last round, but if they can make up 10 here, then it could still all be good.
It certainly could be. How do they make that happen, though? Because they've already lost RPK or Navira. I think that was an overextension there coming out from Hooksy. That really wasn't necessary. Had no support from his teammates. Had the opening man advantage. Now, that nade's actually thrown that secondary AWP back, so it can be picked up by Roy if he wants it. And for Vitality, they're going into the A-side play. Both players looking in towards a short position from balcony and pit.
Coming up here towards the long face, it seems, for the T side line, 2 deep into the pit position to hold on to the A side defense. Smokes the ready. Incendiaries up to the left-hand side. That Moto smoke. Missed shot from Akor. Second face does catch Masuta. Shush drops. Akor still here with the orb. Backups on the way. As Refresh drops Apex and the bomb. And Navira will get the kill on Akor, but now he's the last man left in a 1-on-2 situation. 20 seconds to get these picks together. Try and fend off the CT forces. It's so far out in the open that he's going to have to make some noise and rush back into the site. Reposition from Refresh. Might concede a bomb plant, but the retake should be on for Mad Lions.
This is a chance for Navira to really show Vitality what he's got to offer. 1 versus 2 clutch. I'm for the ace at this point. Refresh, blind off angle, AWP out to the apartments, and Navira starting to reposition on the side. Looks out towards Moto, doesn't see anything, trying to get some information, draw the CTs out. He's heard the footsteps coming out from Refresh, but the AWP is going to find the shot. So the 6th round going the way for Mad Lions, going towards the end of the second half, Jay. What a response from Mad Lions, but we're going to go to a short break. The second half is going to come up just after this.
shadows, I've come to make a name. Ready for battle, cause I got a thing to claim. Think that I'll crumble, I'll show you your mistake. Where you see me coming, better run for cover, cause I'm not slowing down, I'm never going under. I survived the pain, I know it made me stronger. So meet the monster I came to conquer. When all the smoke clears, I'll still be on my feet. Forget all of my fears, cause I know my destiny. I feel a champion waking inside of me. It's set in motion, the legends spoken. This is my moment. Can't break my focus, know where I'm going. This is my moment. Where you see me coming, better run for cover, cause I'm not slowing down, I'm never going under. I survived the pain, I know it made me stronger. So meet the monster I came to conquer. When you see me coming, better run for cover. I survived the pain, I know it made me stronger. They're looking at us, an audience. Keep telling us what we can do, but here we are, showing.
What has been a close affair from Mad Lions still need to tip back over against Vitality. They are in the lead going into their CT side with only a handful of rounds to get towards that quarterfinal position. Dwayne, you definitely think that this team are the favourites right now to win it all. But Mad Lions showing some teeth at the end of their CT side. Now they've got to turn towards their T-Hearth and try and win this pistol to get them back on track.
And it all comes down to the start. It all comes down to the pistol. A bit of util coming out for A-Core. Very, very widespread passive stuff coming out from Vitality. Nothing aggressive. They've got a little bit of eyes onto brackets for Navira, but outside of him, it's very deep. They've got a CT rotator too from Apex. And for Mad Lions, they showed a little bit of banana presence, but it looks like they're regrouping into brackets where there's only 2 players, but could be a quick third from CT.
Backed up here for Vitality. 1 player back in the pit position, 1 player on site, a third to rotate the city. Utility coming in, and Navira beautifully shuts down the opening kill of the round. Masuta also there on site, sees 2 players. They drop down towards Minipit. Navira's doing a great job of dealing with them though. Shush finally takes it down. Masuta drops that bomb, looking for another good kill. He's on for a 3K, and Shush is locked out, backed up literally into a corner, gets that frag at long last, but 3 more CTs to deal with, 3 points of health to get them down. This should be a clean up here for Vitality.
And I'll tell you what, certainly in the last sort of 6 months or so, I think we've seen teams playing pistols a little bit more differently with sort of like hopping around and making it really difficult to land those headshots. We saw 2 players from Mad Lions running out from the apartments with their head ducked down, jumping around, but Vitality was still able to connect the kills. We saw 2 kills coming out from Navira towards a pit position. Masuda got 2 in the site as well. And considering there was only 2 at A with a rotator from Apex with a kit and double flash from CT, they did a really, really great job of shutting that down. And for Mad Lions, they don't even get a bomb plant, Jay.
Got this force back in for Vitality, a full eco for Mad Lions. No bomb plant, as you mentioned. So no real opportunities to get the round to follow up with a force up. Smoke's in play, and the T siphoned off from that banana control. No access towards the B site. Might have to go for it anyway, though. 2 players on defensive, so it's their best chance to hit and try and get some sort of a bomb plant in. It's a burst through from Apex and ZywOo, though, and it's easily cleaned up there by the FAMAS. ZywOo with 2 frags to get some money on the board, and it's 11 to the board of Vitality.
Mad Lions taking it as a bit of a Glock round, not forcing the issue, so you can't expect really too much to follow, but what you can expect is the rifles to come out into round 18. We're seeing a couple of Galils out on the playing field, some AKs too. Acor is probably going to be buying into a Galil, maybe a MAC-10 if he wants to go for an SMG, and that's exactly what he wants to try and go for. But, Jay, look at how much head Kevlar there is on this city side.
The SMGs will be ineffectual, and the nades will do damage to start. Vitality placing that so well. So well. Mad Lions moving towards the brackets control, trying to get themselves towards the A side. 2 are held away from the side directly, leaving Masuta is the only player that may have to defend against. Nice and simple, good damage to Roy. RPK pops forward of the smoke and gets taken out by Hooksy, leaving Masuta as the main man of the defensive. They are heavily tagged here on T, and Hooksy will fall for it. Roy eventually goes down, and Masuta playing so well on his A play, but finally Shush and Refresh come up with the trades, and ZywOo and Apex on rotate from B will be here to try and shut down the retake. ZywOo gets taken out though, leaving Apex in a 1-on-3 scenario. Acor close towards Boiler should be first casualty of this phase. The bomb plant can come through though, and Shush and Refresh are ready.
It's down to the clutch to come out from Apex, being spotted out from Refresh to find his 17th kill. Big 3K coming out from him on for Mad Lions. But look, for Vitality, there was a lot of chaos. We saw Library being smoked out, RPK try to push forward, Masuda on the side did a really good job of at least trying to stay alive for as long as possible. Finds a really important kill, considering he was just pretty much out in the open towards a mini-pit position. Still does damage, but it's not enough to bring that round back. And Vitality getting a strong buy coming into round 19. A single player on a FAMAS of RPK. No kit on the CT side, but still not a fantastic buy up for Mad Lions either. They don't have that AWP out for Acor just yet, and they've got a Galil still onto Roy.
Molotovs and nades. Downrange into the banana position, but no contact established, no kills or damage being done, except for Refresh on 52. Looks like an apt pop split in from Mad Lions are going to come in very early here. Their defaults have not been based around getting kills. They're just setting themselves up for the executions. And the set piece is in against Vitality. 3 players to defend them here. The sprays in, and Navera gets that first kill. RPK traded. Navera still holding back for a secondary frag. 2 HP for Hooksy. Desperately trying to catch up Navera. At some point, he comes up good to do damage, but Acor gets that kill back to return. Navera still on site. 3 kills to his name. Makes it a quadra. So well placed there on the site itself. And at 12th goes the way of Team Vitality.
I tell you what, Navera is really showing up, and I know, Jay, that we kind of spoke a little bit in the early stages of this map that replacing Shox, yeah, we've seen Navera being subbed in on Dust2 and Inferno, but how's that going to weigh out when we saw Shox having so much impact out on Nuke? Well, it's looking like it's working really well. He's the top fragger on the server, on tied with Refresh, the top for the Vitality squad, and it's great to see from the substitute player that's filling into a player that just did so much in the first map of Nuke.
Shush burning the 36 points of health. Nades on against Hooksy. Apex to get that opening kill against Roy. It's an eco round for Mad Lions, so you should be expecting a lot of hurt being put up here for the Vitality side. And every round they get is another step closer and closer to that match victory, which they're only 4 rounds away from doing here, so Mad Lions just got to take this one on the chin and look forward towards the next set of rounds where they have to get some wins on the board.
And an interesting stat, too, for Navera in particular, is since joining Vitality, Jay, this is now his 6th map playing for them on Dust2 and Inferno. He's been positive in KD on every single map that he has been a substitute player in for this Vitality side. So certainly going forward, by the looks of things, he looks like he's going to be able to keep that streak going. And for Vitality, they are just getting closer and closer to trying to close out this 2-0 victory. And Mad Lions just on an eco, not too many upgrades here from the Pistols, trying to get a bit of banana control. Now, there is a chance to maybe force in a bomb plant. Look how deep we're seeing Apex out towards CT.
Burst through, there's an Apex 2 frags, the core trades back. Catches one here to try and get the bomb plant in, but Zywoo's still known towards the new box. They're going to try rapping against him, get that frag back from the M4. Should be able to deal with it relatively well. And indeed he does. A core last man standing. And at this stage, even if he gets Zywoo, it's probably going to be traded back by Navira, so no chance for a bomb plant. 13 to the board of Vitality. And Mad Lions, no bomb plant bonus. The buyback can come through, but there won't be an AWP in play. It's just going to be these automatic weapons. And again, as I mentioned at the start of the last round, they need to get something on the board if they want to try and stay alive.
Yeah, look, the deficit's big. There's no other way of putting it. A 6th round lead coming out for Vitality. And for Mad Lions, I even want to say this is their last chance, Jay. If they don't convert this rifle round, I think Inferno's done. This has to be the round that they convert. And it does put a lot of pressure on for Mad Lions. Being down a map in the series already makes things more difficult in this current state. And for Vitality, we've just seen them playing so damn passive on the CT side. We haven't really seen any aggressive plays from them in the second half.
Haven't needed to. As you mentioned on the T side, their defaults were just working wonderfully for them, and Vitality.
Yeah.
Team with their defaults on the CT side, and it just works wonderfully for them once again. You know, they've got the AKs to deal with, but, you know, with the situation at hand, you know, the pushes coming through from the T side, and the enemy still doing them damage. That nade from Navira, assisted by RPK Sprague, and the secondary kill, already traded back by Masuta, and that is why Vitality do not need to play aggressive, because they can just win out on their standard post-plant positions.
I tell you what, I just love the control into brackets. Mad Lions just feeding themselves forward. Crossfire being set between 3 players. Nade placement is just absolutely perfect. And even just the spam through the smoke means that now Refresh, last one left, 1 versus 4. And how does he bring this back? At least he's got bomb control. That's the only positive he's got.
Swing to keep him suppressed here from the banana position. He's got no choice but to go towards B. The time's ticked too far low. Just continuing the flashes against him. They may have heard those footsteps as well, so they probably know where he is. Facing up further, flashes turned away. Gets that shot on Apex. That's a good way in, but back turn towards Zywoo, and utility in hand as M4 swings and hits and gets 14 Vitality, 2 away from victory. And Mad Lions calling it a tactical because they need to figure out, are they going to try and force the issue here? They're going to play for overtime. What's the call?
Yeah, look, it's a tough one because you don't want to be playing for OT, but at the same time, you don't really have enough money to sort of offer up the force investment. I think if they force here, it would be a big mistake. We certainly saw up on Nuke the situation where they didn't try and play for OT, they tried to force the issue. So if the same sort of occurrence comes through, we could maybe expect a force buy to come out for Mad Lions. Buying down a little bit. They're forcing, Jay. I don't like this. I'm just not a fan.
I mean, it's a lose-lose situation. You're either forcing to try and deny the map point, or you're going to try and go 8 rounds in a row to overtime. Like, for Mad Lions, they're 2 very impossible tasks. You just got to pick your poison at that stage. But yeah, the outlook does look dire here for this T-side squad. You wonder if there's anything really left in the tank for them. 1.5 minutes. There's tentative plays from Mad Lions on this default.
Slowing it down. Trying to maybe see if they can try and force out from brackets. I mean, every time they've gone into brackets, they've just been shut down. Util coming up, this time a little bit long range. Navira puts the molly down towards the long position. They just peek in, look at the damage, and he's finding Jay. He gets a 3K, does so much work. And now it's all down to Acorn Refresh to try and bring back a 2 versus 4.
Ripped apart. Burst through. Refresh can't get anything. A call drops with the bomb at CT spawn. And this is going to be map a match point for Vitality. Mad Lions destroying everything, being destroyed by Vitality. And this may be over at this stage, Dwayne. I do not see a way back in for the T-side forces. This is too far gone.
Yeah, no, it is at this point, especially when you forced in last round. There's no way. There is just no way back in. And you even look at the money scenario. Without them being able to get a bomb plant in that last round, it means the buy is going to be even tougher. 3 Galils out, an MP, a MAC-10, and a UMP. It is so limited.
Damage done. Hooksy tagged low. Leaning towards the banana position for Mad Lions. You can just feel the despair on this team right now. They've got to make this execution work wonderfully, else they are as good as done. And honestly, I feel like they're as good as done anyway. Rifle set in Apex and Zywoo, the standard B site defenders. Mad Lions with one of many rounds that they will need. Utility coming in, Molotovs back down to the back lines. Plenty of Molotovs as well. Might force issue back on Zywoo and Apex. He's going to get forced forward. There comes the kill for Shush. Further smokes out to block off the mollies. And Zywoo got to get a pick back here. Falls back to passive. Nice nade onto the center of mass of the T side line. But a core takes him down to a 5v3. And it looks like Mad Lions will stay alive for another good round.
And what an exit to come out from Mad Lions. We saw a mass utility. And yeah, it means that when you get into the post part, you don't have a lot, but they're throwing everything into getting those entries very easily. We saw triple mollies coming down, one towards New Box, one towards first and second oranges, another one out towards dark. Lots of flashes going into the site, cross smokes too. Mad Lions used so much utility, and for Vitality, it pushed Apex very aggressively. Zywoo was stuck towards the New Boxes. And for Mad Lions, Jay, it's a recovery. No one going down. Yes, a lot of damage has been done to this T side, but at this point, it's all survival. How many rounds can they bring it back until Vitality gets to 16? I mean, thinking about OT in this kind of a picture, you'd have to expect it can't be on the minds just yet. Maybe if they bring it to double digits, maybe if they get to 11, 12 rounds, they can start thinking about it. But you've got to be wondering or thinking about each and every round, starting with this one right here.
It's match points for Vitality still. A comeback into the overtime position for Mad Lions. A tough ask to say the least for them. Smokes down, Incendiaries up for position. Zywoo backed up behind the sandbags. The nades on. And the burst through of a refresh will try find something out here, but no contact aggressive from Vitality. They know they don't have to go aggressive. They can just play their stand to start a game. And win out off the back of that. The nade stacks in a refresh, kicks things off.
One of the first times I've actually seen Vitality go aggressive, Jay. They're trying to take this banana control. Look how aggressive Zywoo is. And he can drop this bomb from Hooksy, and he does. 2 kills going the way of the CT side, and they start to back off now. Mad Lions, it's all falling apart.
Core's been seen. Apex takes him down. Roy comes up with that kill next up. 2 standing for Mad Lions here. The bomb on the back of Roy. Shush there from mid to come up and back him up here. Molotovs force one player back out of the corner. Roy seen does get the drive-by on Zywoo. There's a chance once again bought by the AKs, but Navera's here with AWP in hand. Smoked out of position, still watching with someone to come out here. A footstep, a noise, a sound cue. That might give him a shot through the smoke, but just makes his way out towards construction to hold off from that position instead.
Yeah, rotations are actually really slow here. RBK's rotated in, but they still think it could be an A play. Navera's waiting for aggression, and if Roy goes further forward, he's got the bomb. He could drop it, Jay.
This is a disaster push. It gets taken out by Navera. He saw Shush as well. All the info they need to play with the bomb plant faked. One's going to try force the kill back on RPK. Sees the man, sprays through, takes him down, secures the plant. But this one, Navera still set with the AWP. Will start to round the corner. Shush going to isolate these 1v1s, and the pistol comes out, bursts through on the shoulder base. Navera seen taken out by Masuta. Pushes in from the same angle and gets the kill and the round together. Vitality 16-8 on Inferno. 2-0 above Mad Lions. And they'll be progressing onwards to join the 4 squads out of the A group into the quarterfinals.
FaZe, Complexity, Na'Vi, and now Vitality making their way through. What a victory from them. We saw having a very strong 2-0 series against Spirit. They went down from FaZe yesterday in a very close series, and now they get a 2-0 victory over the Mad Lions squad. Jay, the Danes really struggled in the matchup today. Against Na'Vi, they played a total of 81 rounds. Against Fnatic, 81 again. We come into this series today, they don't even get to 50. They don't even get to a map. They don't even get to double digits on Nuke or Inferno. And look, for Vitality, they look so much stronger on the day. And for Mad Lions, it came down to Nuke. They weren't able to win out into the second half. Going into Inferno, Vitality's map pick, that's where we just saw the French just absolutely body themselves on them.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful stuff all in all from the Vitality side. And it was the kind of situation that you would have expected Vitality to win. I gave Mad Lions the credit of being able to do some damage in terms of like getting off with a map victory, but by the end of Nuke, you just saw them making a lot of mistakes and just kind of getting, crushed under the weight of the opponents on the other end of the board. And I'm worried for them in that respect because, again, I talked a little bit about the potential for them to lose this match pretty confidently in respect of, their previous results on Tier 2 tournaments. And it felt like we had a similar situation today.
No, look, it absolutely did. It seems like for Mad Lions, we're seeing a couple of great victories from them, but then also maybe not so much some shockers, but not the consistency I think that we want to see from them. So back to the drawing board out for the Mad Lions side, not making it into the playoffs of IEM Beijing. And, an opportunity to, certainly for Hooksy, the new in-game leader, to sort of work with Peacemaker back in this game, realize what went wrong. You can sort of make the credential element that they do have a relatively new lineup. They have brought in Refresh and Hooksy just over a month ago, and you're facing off against a very, very tough side of Vitality who, they've struggled to get some first-place victories, Jay, but they have been such a top contender this entire year. They've had so many, second placings, really close series, so we knew this was going to be a tough game for the Danes.
Well, a tough game it was. They come out on the back foot as a result. So that closes it out for them here in IEM Beijing. It closes us out here for the B stream as well, as we're all done for the day. The main stream still got plenty of action, though, in the North American side of things, still yet to kick off as well. We've still got North versus Heroic ongoing right now as well in that matchup. So definitely want to tune in for that Danish derby if you're not already watching. But again, from us here on the B stream, that's all we've got for you today. I want to thank everyone for watching and for listening. For myself, the Eternal Jay, my co-commentator Dweg, and all the other stuff behind the scenes here at ESL, making IEM Beijing happen. We hope to see you back here for more Beijing action very soon, but from then on, from us here on the B stream, I want to again just give you a thank you very much for watching and for listening, and we'll see you back here very soon for even more Counter-Strike action.
My name is Trace Saranthus. I am building a PC for Jordan Gilbert.
My goal was really to get something that was no compromise, super cool, and ideally not built by Trace.
Yes, thank you so much, Jordan Gilbert. We don't make mistakes around here. We made happy accidents.
I get a booster seat here. Enter now for a chance to win one of 3 PCs built by me, Jason, or Trace.
You ready? Huh? Hey, easy boy, huh? You ready? Huh?
Start your esports career now at play.eslgaming.com.
Don't look down, never fade out. And I just wanna be someone and never fall behind again. Just keep on moving on. Never look down, never fade out. Never fade out.
I've been working part-time jobs, chasing all my dreams now lately. No matter if I try too hard, nothing's ever enough, baby. No, I don't care too much. I don't care too much. As long as I can keep you by my side, I don't care too much. We got time, no rush. In your eyes, I always see there is something meant for me. In your eyes, I always feel different. Tell me everything's alright. Life is just a bunch of faces, and if it's not, we'll still be fine. I know we're going places. I don't care too much. I don't care too much. As long as I can keep you by my side, I don't care too much. We got time, no rush. In your eyes, I always see there is something meant for me. In your eyes, I always feel different. In your eyes, I always see there is something meant for me. In your eyes, I always feel different. Under peach yellow skies, dreaming big and aiming high. Name the clouds passing by, wishing we run away.
All we need is our passports, baby. Leave the rest in our troubled minds. Let us go down in laughter, baby. Trying to figure out what we're after.
We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching,
baby. Leave it all for the faded hearts. I don't mind if they call us crazy, 'cause they don't understand what we're after.
We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after. We're no kids no more. I need to feel alive in this dreadful town. I'm running out of time, and as long as you're mine, I wanna run away. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after.
Oh, I see the signs and I see we're there, and I feel the lies and I feel the sand. Forever hold, no matter if we're cast away, a fire in the dark. I know that you won't be where we'll awake again. Right from the start, I see the end. A world torn apart, but I know we're meant. Forever hold, no matter if we're cast away, a fire in the dark. I know that you won't be where we'll awake again.